my ideas out now. I will not repeat myself.
Greetings, children. I am Zazubar, and welcome back to the Sons of Serizawa podcast. It has been a long time since we've done this show.
We know you all are just aching and ready for it.
We know your bodies are ready for the Sons of Serizawa podcast. Episode 20, motherfuckers! We made it to 20 episodes.
Actually, last time was 20.
No, it wasn't. It was 19.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 20.
No, it was episode 19.
It was 20 damn fine werewolves.
You guys, I'm going to do what I do every week on DFOS and go check.
Oh, that's right.
So we completely skipped out on celebrating our 20th episode. We didn't do anything for our 20th episode.
Oh, that's right. I looked at the playlist earlier to make sure. I guess I forgot to put Damn Fine Werewolves in the playlist.
Yeah, you should probably...
Shocker!
Yeah, Bill!
It's over. Everybody go home. Good night.
I always get confused because we're so much farther ahead, because I do DFOS every week, and we just recorded 27, and then I come back here and I'm like, what number is it?
I feel the same way. Well, also, World War G feels like an episode of SOS.
It practically is.
But it's just with a topic, so I always feel like we should throw that in, but...
It's a tad more focused.
Yeah, well, the last episode was. The episode before that, fuck no. That basically was SOS.
I say a tad more focused.
It's true. Joining me as always, well, not as always, we're missing somebody tonight, which he would have spoken already, so you probably know who it is. But joining us as always, or most of the time, returning is David Joshua Hernandez.
I am the High Commander, Exorcist, and Master of the Black Arts.
Whoa, he got a new...
Didn't fucking say the bow down line. I'm shocked, David. You've thrown me off. I can't host the show now. You've thrown me off the game.
He's got himself a new catchphrase. How long before he gives up on this one? Stay tuned to find out.
That's why they keep fucking listening to the show, not to hear the conversations, but to hear if David keeps his catchphrase.
Well, you do know that David is the most random out of all of us.
As a matter of fact, that's going to be my new thing. I'm going to have a new catchphrase every episode.
Oh, thank fucking God.
Yeah, we were getting a tad sick of the other one.
This is a good thing. Also joining us, missing tonight, sadly, is Mr. Adam Noyce. I was really hoping we were going to have the full crew this week, but Adam had a little bit of an emergency, so he couldn't make it. But joining us, almost always, is Mr. Dylan McCandless.
Hello, everybody. Yeah.
Everybody in the whole fucking world. Everybody listens to this show.
Hello, planet Earth. I'm going to take...
Planet Earth, ba, ba, ba,
Hello, planet Earth. I'm going to take you now.
Also joining us is Andres Perez. Andres the Pussy Perez.
There is no fighting it, Andres. Your nickname has been established.
God fucking damn it.
Oh, that's his new catchphrase. Andres, unlike David, I want you to use that one every week.
I felt the same way. I felt the same way when the fans embraced Humpus. I understand. I feel
Motherfuckers, Bill wins! Humpus is a thing!
It's surprising how Humpus took on and everyone started making jokes out of him. I mean, we got the greatest fan art ever through Humpus.
Oh my God, we have some incredible...
Yeah. We do a frickin' contest to try and get fan art of Musla, and nothing happens.
We get one entry. But when we say Humpus, holy shit. Humpus takes off, motherfuckers. And get some, legit, fucking badass fan... I mean, Musla had it too, but this was incredible. This was comic book art. I would literally put this in a comic. He took my bullshit design and turned it into something badass.
He took your bullshit Land of the Lost design and turned it into an actual Kaiju.
No, can we refer from now on, can we refer to Bill's design as the fucked up Humpus?
Humpus versus the fucked up Humpus. And I'm just I wonder what the fucked up Humpus looks like, and it's that design. I'm like, oh, fuck you guys.
As I described in the video, Bill's Humpus looked like a gorilla with E.T.'s head. This new Humpus looks like fucking Humpus.
You know what this design reminded me of? It looks like something that would have come out of Godzilla the series, which is a good thing.
Yeah, the muscle structure and everything, maybe, yeah. I
Kind
don't
of
know.
like
There's not that many mammalian kaijus in that series.
Yeah, but remember like Robo Yeti?
Yeah, I do remember him.
I was reminded of that.
How could you forget somebody with a name like Robo Yeti?
Oh, Dylan, I keep forgetting you haven't watched that show.
We gotta watch it this summer. We gotta watch it in July.
Yes!
I'm actually thinking of watching that next on Netflix, actually. I have 3 hours of what I'm currently watching left, and then I might watch that before I get into Breaking Bad.
You're watching Being Human, right?
Yeah, I'm finishing it. The UK version, not the crappy American version.
We had a conversation about this the other night.
I just want to say, speaking of Netflix, 4 episodes away from completing season 3 of Doctor Who.
Done! Done! Done!
The one's on
Wait.
Netflix, Andres. You still gotta watch season 7.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do know that.
Yeah, wait, what season are you working on, Andres?
3.
3, okay. After season 4, well, at the end of, if I'm remembering how Netflix do this correctly, they put all the specials that happened after season 4. They just lump them in with season 4 on Netflix for some reason, even though it's technically not season 4. It's like 4.5 or something. And they're missing one of the specials. So after you watch, I think Planet of
The Next Doctor. It's right after the Next
after
Doctor.
you watch The Next Doctor, you need to go out there in the ether somewhere and find Planet of the Dead and watch that before you watch Waters of Mars.
All right.
And be promptly underwhelmed by it.
And be completely underwhelmed by it, but there's some foreshadowing in it, so
Yeah, there's a really important piece of plot detail in it for the end of time, so you kind of have to watch it.
Anyway, back on Humpus.
Oh, you want to get back on Humpus? I thought we were trying to get away from Humpus.
yeah, we had moved on to Robo Yeti, Andres. What
the fuck, Andres?
Why you gotta bring
God,
this back?
stop living in the past, man.
I want a Robo Yeller. I want a
Robo Yeller.
I want a Robo.
Old Yeller.
We can rebuild it. We have the technology.
Damn it! I said it again. I want a Robo Yeti versus Cyberzilla movie.
Dun, 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 dun.
Think about this. Robo Yeti versus Cyberzilla. It's like King Kong versus Godzilla, but all fucked up and cyborg.
It's like King Kong versus Godzilla, except it's robotic.
This can be either the greatest Guillermo del Toro movie or the most horrible asylum film.
No, actually, the robot.
I'm batting for somewhere in between.
Actually, no, this is the cyborg version. The robot version of Godzilla versus King Kong versus Godzilla is this idea me and David had once of Mechagodzilla versus Mechanic Kong. But anyway.
Oh yeah, did you see that? I think Matt Frank drew just that,
and it was fucking awesome. Because he used classic Godzilla stuff.
As is everything that Matt Frank draws.
Well, they're putting classic Mechagodzilla in Rulers of Earth, so I'm very excited.
They are?
They are.
I know they have King Caesar fighting Megalon.
That I cannot fucking wait for. Because this is the first time they're bringing in Megalon since Half Century War.
Insert the fucking genius clip here. That is an amazing idea.
Yes!
Genius!
Yes!
Or, as Megatron would put it, yes.
Or put in that creepy growl from Revenge of the Fallen, when the Fallen was like, "We must kill the human child." Which I'm like, what is that growl supposed to mean? Megatron is a pedophile.
I do not wish to be questioned, young human filth.
So Megatron is Robo Charlton Heston. Megatron, I want you to kill Optimus Prime.
Cyber Heston.
Ah!
Oh! It is the grand return of a Japanese Charlton Heston.
Ah, yes, you have returned.
Wherever you go,
Andres, you seem to pronounce this.
Follow.
You seem to pronounce this differently at different times. Is it Charlton Hestonu or Charlton Heston Aru?
I think it's
It could go either way.
The official pronunciation.
The official pronunciation of this racial slur version of Charlton Heston's name.
I mean, does it?
Please,
does it not matter? Is this a Ghidorah Ghidorah situation? Like,
good. No, this matters because it's fucking Ghidorah. Well, it depends on the time period. When I talk about Astro Monster and the first movie, I say Ghidorah. But when I say anything after Destroy All Monsters, is Ghidorah.
Yeah, I usually do. I usually do that, but then sometimes I slip and call them Ghidorah Ghidorah anyway because it has less syllables and it rolls off the tongue.
I have the same thing. I'll call whenever I refer back to Ghidorah, I say Ghidorah. But that's just because on the Toho Masterworks version it says Ghidorah.
Yeah. Fucking that DVD.
Well, I mean, it's all from the American version. It's just from growing up with the American version.
And it's at this point where we've lost all semblance of a train of thought.
Well, think about it this way: which one rolls off the tongue more, Ghidorah the three-headed monster or Ghidorah the three-headed monster?
Ghidorah.
And I think maybe that has something to do with we grew up with that version of it, but
yeah, it's just I don't know. I think dropping that syllable does something for me where I think it rolls better. Like I can picture Kim Watanabe saying, "We call him Ghidorah."
I was thinking just that right now.
Well, I almost think it's it might also be easier to say Ghidorah.
Ghidorah.
Instead of Ghidorah, Ghidorah.
Imagine when he tries to pronounce Mechagodzilla.
We call him Mechagodzilla.
So maybe Ken Watanabe has selective speed, where he takes speed, and the only words that he pronounces really fast are kaiju names.
We already had that, because in the original bit build, they tell him, they say, Ken, can you slow that down? Okay, we call him...
Another joke which has surprisingly caught on.
Ken, we can't understand you. We don't know what you're calling him. We can't tell, okay?
You are making fun of my accent? Yeah, Ken, because you're kind of making fun of it already by overemphasizing. We've seen Inception. We know this is not how you talk. I am very offended.
Christopher Nolan beat me every morning so I would talk the way he wanted me to.
Gareth Edwards is not so mean.
You could say he's a very racist.
I remember in Dark Knight when the Joker tells Batman not to go for the head because then the villain can't feel the next blow. Christopher Nolan takes that advice to heart.
That is why he put it in there.
Gareth Edwards is a surprisingly convincing man with his fists of fury.
No. Christopher Nolan is. Gareth Edwards can barely fucking talk without...
As it turns out, Christopher Nolan is the devil.
Did you guys know Christopher Nolan doesn't have a cell phone?
He doesn't have a cell phone?
That's a pretty random fact.
He's apparently really anti-technology.
Does he have to, like, search... if he's...
He communicates with his fucking staff via smoke signals. No, that's a joke.
If he's out in town and he needs to call somebody right then because it's an emergency, does he have to go around the city trying to find a payphone that still exists?
No. You see, he sends fax messages.
Well, they still use faxes today. My mom still uses faxes.
Right. And the majority of Japan uses them as well.
It's used a lot in business, especially.
Yeah, it's because it's just easier than, like, I guess in theory it's easier than sending somebody an email with a PDF file.
Well, you can send somebody an entire document and you don't have to worry about scanning it, they don't have to worry about printing it.
Yeah, exactly.
There it is.
True. This is boring.
We're debating. We're talking about the instant...
Bill gets real. This is boring.
Bill, speaking of getting real...
Yes, I told Dylan about Schultz gets real and Gorgo gets real.
Alan Moore's Gorgo gets real.
Listen, guys, I don't have a dick, okay?
I don't know if I eat. I don't know if I go to the bathroom. I don't know if I even reproduce. I mean, I'm dirt down there.
I spend a lot of my days searching around that area to see if there's something there. There ain't nothing there. I don't know how the fuck I even pissed.
Look, I could die of starvation tomorrow because until now I have realized that I have not gain any sort of nutrition yet. Okay? I've just spent most of my days just destroying you pathetic people.
And trying to find my offspring, which may or may not actually be my biological offspring, because then again, less of the fucking of the reproduction system.
I don't even know where that bastard came from. I just woke up and he was there. I wish I could have at least seen how that happened.
Listen, I just came after him because I thought he was older and I could fuck him. That's why.
None of the kaiju appear to have genitalia. Now, in the new continuity...
Because they never showed us, but we have to assume.
In the new continuity, it makes sense, because if they don't eat actual food and they only live off radiation, then they won't need to piss, I guess.
Yeah, but they still have to fuck.
Well,
unless it's like it's kind of like I'm not sure how bugs do it, but I just know that with fishes, don't they just like...
Oh, no, they fuck. Trust me, I've seen it.
Unless it has a bill.
Yes, Dave picked up on that.
Bill, unless it's done the way that...
I want to know, how do fish fuck?
No, they just lay...
Let me tell you something there, Dave. Well, actually, I know, because I've seen that documentary, The Blue Planet. It's pretty fucked up. They basically... God damn it, I did it with the artist. They
swim into a cave, they put on a little Barry White, they get to...
the ocean, and there's like clobs of fucking semen all over the coastline, and it's fucking disgusting.
Dreamweaver.
I heard the wrong part of that sentence.
You imagine you just fucking take your kids down to the fucking beach.
As we've established, I don't go to the beach, Bill.
Well, you've never even been to an actual beach, have you?
I am in a landlocked state.
He's a landlocked state.
So you've never seen the ocean.
We have lakes.
So, but you've seen you must have seen like sandy beaches, right?
What do you mean?
Like on a lake, because they do exist on lakes too.
Yeah, I've seen like lake beaches. Does that even count?
Yeah, it counts. That's still a beach. A beach is just the water meeting the land.
Isn't that a bank?
If you want to get real,
that's a bank.
It's a shore, basically.
No, a bank is different than a beach.
But when you say beach, people picture the fucking beach. They don't picture...
Yeah, but here's the thing, Andres. A bank is more...
Rivers?
Where it's like a flat... not a flat, like an incline.
Hey, you know what's even more boring than fax machines? Geography.
Fuck you.
This is why I chose world history in school. You see, this is what happened. This is what happened, guys. You know, Godzilla 14's already out. We've lost our.
So we're out of shit to talk about. So we're just talking about. It's not geography. It's technically it's I guess it is geography.
Yeah, it's fucking geography.
Eventually, we're gonna realize how much we can't stand each other, and that the only reason we loved each other was so that we can have someone to talk to about Godzilla 14.
No, see, we meet up in July, and we're like, wait a minute, I hate these people.
You guys suck.
I spent how much money to get here?
I want to
talk about sequels by this point.
It's true.
Oh, actually, I saw an article somewhere that was speculating about sequels. About
Andres, do you have anything in the news about Godzilla sequels?
Yeah, I did find this, which I will share with you right now.
Might as well touch on it now. Dylan, what was your idea?
No, it's not really an idea. It's just if you needed something to launch a discussion off of, there's this article that I found that speculates about kaiju that may or may not be used in sequels.
Has Aaron Taylor Johnson signed on for a sequel?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Has he?
I don't know if they want to put him in a sequel, since that appears to be most people's problem with the fucking movie, and I don't understand why.
I would say that it's probably going to happen.
Aaron Taylor Johnson could say that Godzilla 2 could pull from Jaws inspirations. In other words, there's going to be a shark.
Meaning Godzilla's going to fight Zigra?
Yes. He's going to jump Zigra.
Oh, it's not... Okay, I guess it's not really a news. It's more sort of like they're asking the actors what they want to see or what they speculate, which is of course means nothing because actors don't almost never have a say in the film's production.
I'll come.
Here's that article. I found it. Basically, what he does is he names different Toho kaiju and speculates whether or not he thinks that they're likely to be in a sequel.
I'll come to.
This is some riveting podcasting.
Yeah, I know, right?
It is. We
like in Jaws, I feel there's a sense of fate to the film, and it seems like the Brodies are kind of tied to Godzilla in this film, especially your character.
Bill,
yeah, I guess
you
it sort of happens.
You may have a title on your hands. SOS Episode 21, a very boring episode.
Haha, the most boring episode ever.
Might as well
This
just.
is the most awkward interview with Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's like, yeah, I don't follow it. Maybe we could do this. I guess.
Like, shit, I don't know. I just got paid to say some words.
Listen, man, I don't follow all this Godzilla stuff, man. I'm just in it for the pussy, man.
I'm just biding my time till Kick-Ass 3.
Now, excuse me, I need to put on this white wig. I need to play some superhero or whatever.
Listen, man, I'm busy fucking my sister in Avengers 2, so get the fuck off my ass.
Mr. Taylor Johnson, what would you like to see in the sequel? I would like to see Godzilla 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Well, that's what Andres and I have officially decided to call the sequel until they give us a title.
Wherein Godzilla and the fellow kaijus must have a dance-off to save a community center. Because there's always a fucking community center that is in danger of closing. In like every 80s teenager movie ever.
I'm pretty sure there were some YMCAs that were already established by then, but okay, generic community center. What are they
So
doing?
I see they have Anguirus, Rodan, Mothra.
Yes, he believes that Anguirus and Rodan are the most...
Oh, I've read this article.
He thinks that they're the most likely to be used, which I agree.
No. Well, yes, you're right. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah, Bill, asshole.
Sorry.
Like, no.
Well, he says Mothra is unlikely, but it's actually more likely. She's actually more likely than Rodan and Anguirus because there's references to her in the film, but more than that, Max Borenstein talked about her when interviewed about the sequel. Like she and Ghidorah are the only two he's mentioned.
Now,
he said.
Oh, sorry. Finish your thought.
Well, I was just going to say what he said he wants to do is take a similar tack to them as the Dark Knight took to the Joker. Keep the essence of the characters the same, but make them fit in a more realistic universe. So, for instance, the Joker's a terrorist, so Mothra would have to be something along those lines. Now, I mean, not a terrorist, but something.
You want to know where I got these powder scale things?
I want to know where I got these twin fairies. Where? eBay.
Gonna make this pencil disappear. As the author points out...
He thinks Ghidorah is almost certainly going to be in the movie. I'm not sold. I think they might save Ghidorah.
As he points out, we're not going to get King Kong.
Obviously. Well, it's more possible than it was.
Yeah, because legendary and universal.
In the words of Gene Wilder, that goes without saying. Because the whole size issue is a issue. I mean, they could write around it, but audiences are going to take one look at it and be like, the fuck?
Well, more of it is we don't know what exactly the sequel's going to be like in terms of rights, because now they're saying that Warner Brothers might actually re-team up with Legendary just for Godzilla.
Oh, now now they want.
Yeah, well, now because it's a huge fucking cash cow.
Now, what I don't understand is he embraces the possibility of Megalon. Yet completely rejects the possibility of Gigan. Does he not understand the similarity between these two characters? Does he not understand why one of them is not less likely than the other? They're both freaking cyborgs.
Fucking monster with different origins.
One of them's a space monster, and the other one comes from fucking Atlantis, or at least this universe's version of Atlantis.
Maybe
this isn't the same article I read. This guy the guy I read completely rejected the idea of Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, this guy's like, Mechagodzilla could be cool, and I'm like, yeah, he could. Fuck yeah. Now the other one that this guy throws out the two that I would most like to see is actually Biollante and Hedorah. He puts them in sort of the same category here. Either one of
Jet
those.
Jaguar is not gonna be in fucking Godzilla 2. Fuck you.
No,
Why
he is going to
not,
be.
Bill?
He's gonna.
Why
They're gonna
That-
resurrect Bryan Cranston and put him in a robot suit.
That is how you bridge the Godzilla and Pacific Rim universes, Bill.
This is not how you bridge the
You have a
Godzilla and
Jaeger,
Pacific Rim universe.
You have a Jaeger named Jet Jaguar. He has a cone-shaped head. He looks like Jack Nicholson for some fucking reason, and they do battle.
Only if they use Jack Nicholson for the motion capture.
They give him the voice of Jack Nicholson, and they give Godzilla the voice of Nick Cage.
No. Wait, who was that one guy that people mentioned on Toho Kingdom? John DiMaggio. Godzilla voiced by John DiMaggio.
As I've said many times, Hedorah would be fantastic in CG.
Yes.
I agree with Hedorah. I also agree. I think Biollante would be great too.
Oh,
they
yeah,
probably
yeah.
won't use her just because she's not well known.
I would.
Like Matt Frank made an interesting point that they'll probably go with Star Trek syndrome for the Godzilla sequels in terms of using plot lines and villains that are well known. So the idea is they're either originals or they've got to be super well known. So for instance, we do original villains in the first movie, second movie Khan. Because why? Because he's after the Klingons and the Borg, most famous Star Trek villain.
Now, it would be interesting to see classic Toho monsters paired up with original monsters in sequels. You know.
I want to see the Mutos made canon in the Toho Godzilla ether.
I want another Pipeworks fighting game, including those kaiju.
Yeah. Imagine like Gigan looking at the Mutas like, the fuck?
Now, I think one thing we can agree with this.
Gabara ain't gonna fucking be in these movies.
I think one thing we can agree with this author on is there's likely not going to be any Space Godzilla in the sequel. Sorry, Jose Garcia.
Sorry, Space Godzilla fans, it ain't gonna happen.
I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I think Mechagodzilla is unlikely too. I just don't see it.
Bill, thanks for ruining it.
I don't think there's going to be any Mechagodzilla in the sequel. I think they could save him for later on, like 3 or maybe even 4, depending on how many fucking movies we get out of this thing.
I imagine they'll do Dark Knight style and just do a trilogy.
Now, whether or not
they already mentioned that they want to make a trilogy.
Whether or not I would want them to do Destroya is kind of, I don't know. Well, the other problem is the only other problem is then they have to introduce the concept of the oxygen destroyer in some new way.
They seem to be okay with that. I mean, they mention it in the they mentioned Jet Jaguar in that too. So never mind. I was going to say that that's in the MutoResearch.net thing, but so is fucking Jet Jaguar. So never mind.
You think they'll ever?
I want more Jet Jaguar.
Do you think we'll ever get Talagon?
It's possible.
I would love to get.
I hope that's the next Muto they include into the Godzilla into the 2014 mythos.
I would love to get Talagon. I would love to get a movie called Talagon versus Jet Jaguar.
Well, what if Talagon? Well, here was my theory. I think the way you open this movie to say not to say fuck you, but to please all the people who bitched about this movie, really lacking and I'm part of this group, so I'm not saying like, oh, those fucks.
Same here.
But not only Godzilla's screen time, but also Godzilla's place in the story.
Hey, that's David's line.
But also Godzilla's place in the story. I really think they ought to open this movie with a very brief fight.
I was about to bring that up. He was like, bam, Godzilla's taking down the latest Muto.
And here's how I think they should do it. You know how in the last movie they opened with the montage of all the 54 footage?
Yeah.
They should do that, but instead of doing that, open it with a bunch of news broadcasts about people's reactions to the San Francisco incident.
You know what I've just realized? Mm-hmm. You know what I just realized? Everybody's been characterizing Talagon, or Vishnu if you use the other name that people call him, as like this freaking like a centipede, like an insect monster. But if you look at the still, it looks more reptilian.
Yeah. I mean, there have been some fan art that made him still look reptilian.
Yeah,
it looks well. I think I imagine it was coming from the same school of thought as the Mutos,
right?
And the Mutos are kind of a mix themselves, insect-like but also reptilian-like.
My only problem with Talagon, and this is also my problem with like Mothra for the sequel, is I know they're not technically insects, but I just had insect monsters in this last movie.
We just had arthropods.
Do I really want Godzilla to fight another insect-like creature? Like, can we get some more variety than that? Can we introduce another reptilian monster or something else crazy? Like, because you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Funny enough, the Muto, according to the concept art, they started out as reptilian looking.
They did. I saw that.
Yeah.
When I did the review with Ian in Milan, Ian said something really interesting that I think they should definitely use. The movie is all about Godzilla being the apex predator. Introduce an opposing apex predator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I always imagine Titanosaurus being redone.
Titanosaurus, King Ghidorah would fit into that perfectly with however they choose to remake him, because that's what he is in the Godzilla universe anyway.
No, man, give me Titanosaurus.
I know you want Titanosaurus, but I think in that, Ghidorah is Godzilla's Joker. So, in that way, doesn't it make the most sense to put Ghidorah in that place, because it's Godzilla's arch nemesis, so thus the arch apex predator.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah, Titanosaurus is Godzilla's... Are there any Batman villains that are underappreciated and, like, Shaq size?
Killer Croc?
I don't know if he's unappreciated.
Oh, fuck yeah, you crazy?
Oh, Man-Bat.
Yes!
Man-Bat.
Titanosaurus is the Man-Bat of Godzilla's universe. Well, they need to do Man-Bat in the Arkham games.
I think the one thing...
Maybe that's who the Arkham Knight is.
No, the Arkham Knight's somebody else.
Yeah, he's most likely Joker.
I have a theory that...
Did you really? Where'd you
use
get that?
King
So I thought that was like a popular opinion that everyone's like, oh, it's most likely going to be the Joker. They're going to bring him back.
I think the author of this article missed the most obvious and I think frankly popular one. I think that in the sequel we should all get Godzilla versus Charles Barkley.
So obviously.
Yes.
Clearly.
No. Okay, see, apparently, they got to jump on. There, remember back then there was like those big rumors about LeBron James being in Space Jam 2, which proved to be fake. They need to get on. Legendary needs to get right on that before Space Jam does. Have him fight LeBron James.
Thank God, Space Jam 2 is just a rumor, or LeBron being in it is just a rumor. One of the other.
Both.
I don't need a Space Jam 2.
Isn't that a little late, too? David, you were going to say something about Ghidorah earlier, so what were you going to say?
I said I had a theory that they may possibly include Ghidorah into the legendary mythology.
Almost certain.
Because I've noticed a pattern in the way Toho decides on their monsters, and if you go back to the Heisei and the Millennium series, they always go back to Ghidorah, Mothra, and Mechagodzilla. And this isn't the decision... This isn't the decision of the filmmakers. This is the decision of the studio. They're like, we want you to use these monsters. Do it. They probably might do that with Legendary or Garrett Edwards. They might ask him, put these characters in your movie. I don't know. I don't care how you do it. Just put them in there because they're popular.
Well, and at the end of the day,
mentioning that, think about the progression of the Millennium movies. Think of, so you had Godzilla 2000, original Kaiju. Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, original Kaiju. GMK knocks off the first two David said in one movie. And then you put in fucking Mechagodzilla, bam, same thing, same progression. It's the same progression as... Final Wars,
they create an original Kaiju, but it's just Ghidorah in disguise.
Yes, Ghidorah in disguise. Godzilla.
Kaiju's in disguise.
Godzilla! I also think Anguirus is almost certainly going to be thrown in at some point. And Rodan I heard is almost definitely, because I heard rumors that Legendary is working on a deal with Toho to buy him right now.
You gotta have some Anguirus in your Godzilla ecosystem. You gotta have some Triceratops to his T-Rex. You gotta throw that sort of thing in there.
Yeah, ultimate offense versus ultimate defense.
I think Anguirus would make about as much sense as Ghidorah in terms of the opposing apex predator thing.
Yeah, if they do Anguirus in the new universe, I want them to really play out how because I think he should be indestructible. He's got all this armor plating and shit. They should really play up his defenses and how much of an edge that gives him in a fight, because it'll make him badass and he won't be the underdog like in Legends #1.
Yeah. David, what were you going to say?
I mean, if they do go for Toho Kaiju, which in my opinion, I doubt they're going to do.
No, they've said they're definitely going to.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
really?
said if this movie was a success, they were going to try to get some more kaiju from the Toho movies, and yeah, I'd say it was a success.
That's the first thing Thomas Tull said. Yeah.
Well, if they do, they got to get the kaiju that will fit with the I guess the logic of this movie, because the reason why the basically the kaijus exist is because they existed before the dinosaurs, and somehow they survived.
Sure. So the answer.
Well, Godzilla didn't exist before the if you buy the logic of Awakening, which you really shouldn't. Godzilla existed during the time of the dinosaurs.
Godzilla comes from 250 million years ago, the time of the sailboats.
And sperm whales.
And then 250 million years ago, when there were sperm whales around.
Sailboats roamed the seven seas, even though there were no humans yet to pilot them. And
sperm whales.
The whole thing involved sea monsters preying on defenseless sailboats.
And so the migration of the sailboats continues.
Watch as the sailboats migrate from ancient Russia to ancient Spain, and that makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't, David Attenborough. Shut the fuck up, producer.
This male sailboat has traded his white flag for a Jolly Roger in hopes of attracting a mate.
Watch now as he flashes his flag up and down to try and attract a mate. However, this is an older sailboat, and his flag is cut open. The likeliness of him attracting a mate is slim.
After a hefty meal, a sailboat shall have to clean their poop deck.
The stern of this sailboat has been damaged during a confrontation with another male sailboat.
Before they were domesticated by man, the sailboats roamed the seven seas freely.
They were brought to the man because man could clean out their poop decks more appropriately.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, they were being boarded from the rear.
The sailboats deal with their natural predator, the sperm whale.
The only sadness was when man gutted the sailboats and used their carcasses as vessels.
They stripped the lumber from the sailboats' bodies.
They removed their innards and turned them into rooms.
And built houses out of their corpses. It was quite fucked up. David, again with the fucking cursing. I am sorry, producer. No, I am not.
I regret
David
nothing.
wasn't actually yelling at you. I was referring to David Attenborough. I think Mothra and Ghidorah are almost definite, though.
Imagine a Jurassic Park in this universe. Richard Attenborough clones, like, sailboats.
No, well, David Attenborough is his brother.
I mean, Richard. Did I say David?
Yeah, no, well, I'm saying that I was referring to David, so.
I know, but you said Attenborough, and it made me think,
okay.
ha, 250 million years ago, Jurassic Park, bam.
Dun, 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 dun.
I smell a crossover.
Yes. Well, do you guys think they have to keep up the whole, this thing existed during a time where the Earth was more radioactive?
Well, I mean, that's his new friggin' origin. I don't think they have to pronounce it in every movie, but yeah.
But do all of Godzilla's enemies come from the H-bomb explosion?
Not necessarily. Again, that's another...
I mean, most of them do, you're right.
They could do that thing that you brought up, Bill, in Rulers of Earth, where it's like the possibility that Godzilla is attracting all these monsters that come out of hibernation.
I
mean that's what I think makes. I mean that's why I think Ghidorah would work if you're going to do the whole the opposing apex predator.
I don't think they have to link. What was I about to say? I don't think they have to link all of Godzilla's enemies to the new origin. That's why Biollante and Hetero would be interesting.
Well, I think Biollante and Hetero would be awesome because they'd both be biological weapons produced to fight Godzilla. Because I think the opening of this movie really needs to be
although the creature,
all the reaction to this kaiju invasion and or the Muto invasion in this universe.
Although if they wanted to make Hetero a creature from Godzilla's time period, all they have to do is take the origin for the Shinomura and copy it like word for word because it's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's the same thing.
Just replace radiation with pollution.
Right. Very, very true. But Yar. So yeah.
It's funny how we're all naming all these possible characters to fight Godzilla, and in this lonely corner, it's none other than poor, sad Mogira.
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 You don't want to throw me in there, I understand. I got you.
I'm surprised none of us have mentioned Shikairis. And now that I have mentioned,
Shikairos would work.
and now that I have mentioned Shikairos, this video got a lot more hits. Yeah.
This video just got a lot more sexy when we mentioned Shikairos.
I didn't realize this until the first.
Fangirls, contain your orgasms. Shikairos has entered the building.
I didn't realize this until we started Toho Nation, but apparently there's a huge market for Shikairos.
I think Shikairos would make sense, though. Like a parasite from back then.
Mm-hmm.
You basically do it the same way that Guillermo del Toro did the skin parasites in Pacific Rim. But then again, by that token, you don't really need to do Shikairos because it's been done now.
Also, they did the same thing in Cloverfield.
Yeah. That brings up a good point. Do you think we'll be seeing like smaller-sized kaijus in this new continuity?
Well, we already did with the male Muto.
No, I mean like human-sized or like truck-sized kaijus.
Oh, probably not.
I think we'll see any velociraptors.
Something just occurred to me, and this is going to sound really stupid, but it just occurred to me thinking back on the opening of the new movie. When they cut to the mountain in the opening, when they cut to the mountainside being torn open, and the Muto, like the track of the Muto, isn't it like way bigger than the male Muto turns out to be?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
So the male Muto is smaller than the female, right?
Right.
So thus wouldn't, and also the male is supposed to be like a younger version, like the just pre-hatched version, and then it goes to cocoon itself and feed on radiation.
Yeah.
So my question is, doesn't the trail look way too big to be it doesn't it look bigger than the male Muto actually turns out to be in the movie, and wouldn't it make sense if it was smaller?
Oh yeah, like it wouldn't really make sense for that skinny little guy to make that huge trench along the mountains.
Well,
it's not.
The thing is, he's digging, so cave-ins occur. The trench isn't necessarily the same size as the creature that's burrowing its way through, because the dirt sort of falls in such a way. Do you realize what I'm saying?
Wait, it's burrowing? I thought it was just scampering out into the water.
Which scene are you talking about?
The opening.
Yeah, because on the opening, Dr. Serizawa sees that hole, and then you see that hole's on the side of a hill, and there's a large path of.
Oh yeah.
Of torn. It's definitely not burrowing, because otherwise it wouldn't even have to tear through the mountainside.
What if it actually gets
It's probably
smaller?
dragging itself.
What if it actually?
My question is,
what if it actually gets smaller when it's in its adult form? Because take insects for example. Got this big ass caterpillar, turns into this little ass butterfly.
Or the antlion. The antlion is like this kind of like beetle looking creature, and then in its adult form it looks like a butterfly.
Because the whole purpose of the male Muto is he's smaller and he can move around faster and he can help protect the female Muto while she's having his babies.
True. Okay, I didn't think of that, but I just thought it was weird because I was like, it looks gigantic, but it's really small when you finally see it.
Look at a freaking Mothra larvae as opposed to Mothra.
True.
I mean,
very, very true.
Look at that.
I didn't think of that. You're right.
Look at that freaking egg.
You're right.
That is a rough pregnancy, my friend.
Although, if you look at Rebirth of Mothra...
That also makes no sense. Why would a moth lay a giant egg?
Here's the thing. In Rebirth of Mothra, you see that she just creates the egg out of, like, magic pixie dust from her wings.
Oh.
It's magic!
That's the other reason that putting Mothra in the new continuity is going to be weird. Mothra's always been, like, this magical thing, and now it's just going to be, like, dead, serious, giant moth monster.
Well, I heard a theory that it's like the apex predator of Mutos. Like, it's the queen ant of Mutos. Which, I don't know. I kind of want to get away from these particular creatures.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to keep going back to the well of 250 million years ago, when there were sailboats, the Earth was more radioactive, and that's where these creatures come from, I really think they should introduce other species and not keep going back to that form of Muto.
Yeah, we need to distance ourselves from those particular monsters. Also, as I mentioned in episode 9 of Kaiju Spotlight on YouTube now, we need to stop using that military acronym Muto because it's going to get really fucking confusing when you go up to your friend and you're like, "Did you see that Muto? Which Muto? You know, the one that's kind of like, it's the Muto, man. It's the Muto."
The fucking Muto! What's wrong with you, bitch? Why are you being so mean? Because I'm pissed!
There are several of them. Like Godzilla gets a name. They don't bother giving them things a name.
other than Fem and Hawk Muto.
Fem and Hawk Muto.
But all that is a way to distinguish sex. It's not like that's their actual names. I mean,
no. Well.
Which I understand the Fem part, but where do they get Hawk?
I don't know.
I guess Jews.
It's from the script. It's from the script because the winged Mewtwo came out of Hokkaido, so it was like Hawk Muto.
Hawk Muto. Okay.
Wait, the female Mewtwo came out of Hokkaido?
No, the wing in the first.
Oh,
draft,
the male. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I
misunderstood. The male is Hawk. Believe it.
Wait, is that really Hokkaido?
No. In the first draft.
Oh, it was Hokkaido. Okay, because I was like, isn't that Janjira? Isn't that not Hokkaido?
Yeah.
Before they settled on Janjiro, it came out of Hokkaido.
Yeah, because Hokkaido was north of Tokyo.
They invented the city of Janjira.
That's not a real city?
No, apparently not.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Janjira.
Now this proves my
theory because.
Wasn't Janjira a separate island from Japan?
Apparently, there's a fort called Marud Janjira.
Well, is the power plant in the movie a separate island from I think
so, because remember there's that long bridge.
They also have to take a boat there. What if that's Monster Island?
Janjira?
Yeah.
It's not big enough to be
Japan?
It's not big enough to be Monster Island.
Well, you're right. Well, so's Monster Island in the movies.
The problem, especially with how big the monsters are these days, Monster Island would have to be fucking like Australia.
I don't know about that. I mean,
you can't have an ecosystem full of 300-foot-tall monsters on an island. The resources would be gone so fast, especially considering the fact that they have to feed on radiation. So unless there's some sort of like natural venting system on this island that lets up radiation.
But there's a fucking reactor there that melted down.
Okay.
Oh no, it didn't melt. I keep forgetting it didn't actually melt down.
The point is,
the radiation's no longer there because it was absorbed by the Muto.
Right,
exactly,
true.
Exactly, yeah, because that's where Brian.
I feel like an idiot tonight.
Cranston's all like, we should be dead, but we're not.
This was not a boating accident.
There's a way how you could bring Bryan Cranston back into the sequel, but you'd have to do it
that motherfucker.
You'd have to do it Avengers style, just fake his death.
No, man, what you're going to do...
But he has no reason to. Coulson at least had a bullshit reason to fake his death.
No, man, what's going to happen is Aaron Taylor Johnson, during a moment of crisis, is going to look up into the sky and see the ghost of Bryan Cranston, who will tell him to remember who he is.
Remember who you are.
A meth dealer.
Wrong role, Brian. Oh, right. A bomb disposal expert? Was that it?
Be the one who knocks. Oh, Brian, between you and Ken with the fucking things you can't get over. Ken with the fucking Gojira and you with the fucking Breaking Bad shit.
Brian, you're getting as bad as confused Harrison Ford. Just stop it.
But this was not a typhoon.
That's going to be him when he gets older. Not a typhoon.
It's not a natural disaster.
Get off my plane.
The danger.
Having a one day.
Hey, Malcolm, how was your day?
Fuck you, Power Rangers.
What?
What else was he?
Brian, that's not even a line from when you did do Power Rangers. I made it up when it was an outtake.
I was a voice in an anime once. Yeah.
For some reason, they wouldn't let me say "fuck you, Power Rangers" in a kids' show.
I could never figure out why.
Also, they wouldn't let me back on the set ever because I tried to sell the cast meth.
Ironically, Walter White was not actually a character created by Vince Gilligan. He was actually me before I got cast as Hal from Malcolm in the Middle. Breaking Bad as a docudrama.
They cast Bryan Cranston as Zordon. He's like, bring me 5 teenagers with a debilitating dependency on methamphetamines.
When fucking Goldar or the Green Ranger breaks into the power chamber, he's just like, I am the danger, Skyler.
What if that's the dark plot of the new movie, is that Zordon is actually a real guy and he's a meth dealer, and all that Power Ranger bullshit is them having like a bad trip and like imagining all this crazy shit?
Power chamber is them sitting in a meth den at one of in that scene in Breaking Bad where Bryan Cranston goes to the fucking like Like the factory or the warehouse where all those people on meth are sleeping.
They're having this crazy methamphetamine fueled hallucination that they're like super like heroes, fucking power rangers.
And the Megazord looks like Jesse.
Go Power Rangers,
bitch!
Hey yo, we gotta like morph, yo.
Hey yo, we gotta like morph and shit.
Stuff.
Jesse, you aren't motivated enough to morph. You've got to morph like a man.
Use your
Hey,
head,
yo,
Jesse.
I don't need you yelling at me, yo. I'm trying to morph, bitch.
Yeah, that's the new Dark Origin for Power Rangers. It's actually
Power Crackhead. Oh,
it's a bunch of teenagers. It's a bunch of teenagers having hallucinations because of their drug dealer named Zordon and his assistant Jose.
And instead of Lord Zed, Lord Zed is played by Gus. Oh,
yes.
Excuse me. I would prefer if you guys were to listen to what I said. Otherwise, well, I have this box cutter right here in my hand, and if you do not listen to what I say, I will have to use this box cutter.
It's morphin' time, yo. Let's fuck this guy.
Why are you so calm, bitch?
Who's Rita?
Rita is Skylar.
Yeah.
Skylar. She has the body for it.
Who's fucking? I don't know. I have a news. No.
Walter Jr. Goldar.
Oh.
Who's I guess Bulk and Skull would be his stepbrother.
Yeah, it would be Hank and his what's the name of his partner?
His partner. Fuck.
Wait. If the Power Rangers are meth addicts,
Steve Gomez.
Steve
if the Power
Gomez
Rangers are meth addicts. If the Power Rangers are meth addicts, and in their drug-fueled fantasies, Bulk and Skull are bullies to them, then in real life, Bulk and Scully should be really good, concerned kids that are trying to get them to give up the drugs.
We've already established that it's Hank and Steve. Because they are basically Bulk and Skull in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
His kid would be Alpha.
Do they have the music?
Yeah. No, I don't even want to attempt to.
No, let's not even step
No.
jokes. I don't even want to go there.
No.
Fuck no.
No, I won't cross that line.
Listen, we can make fun of people with Alzheimer's, and we can make what else have we? We can make fun of Japanese people with their crazy accents. But once you
me and Bill can go on
the line has been crossed.
Me and Bill can go on a tangent about Lionitis.
Oh God!
You're all beautiful people. Oh my God!
So beautiful.
Jesus Christ! Burn it with fire!
What's wrong with your face?
These people, they're so beautiful inside. It hurts my eyes. I feel like we're sending mixed signals.
Not sure if this podcast is supposed to empower them or destroy their humanity.
Both at different times.
It's supposed to turn them into supervillains. It gives them a sense of power, yet at the same time makes them hate their fellow man.
But also it makes them sympathetic, so they're like Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2.
Yes. Now I want a character who has Lionitis and becomes a supervillain, and he's played by Alfred Molina.
If you want women, read the poetry.
What? I can't understand you. You're ugly and I can't understand you. You're an offense to
your
both
mouth says
the two
words,
senses.
but your face says, ugh!
It turns out the reason that Bane wears a mask is because he has an awful facial deformity.
Doesn't he? Well, doesn't he have an illness that, like, fucks up his face?
No,
are we talking comic book Bane now, or?
Yeah. No, I'm talking movie Bane.
No, movie Bane.
He just got the shit beat out of him. And
He got injured and was on the brink of death, and apparently part of that.
Wasn't he like wearing like a turban in the prison that like covered up his face because he had an illness?
Yeah, but
no, that was after they beat him up.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
Do you see his face in that scene?
No.
You see it at one point, don't you? But like before they beat the shit out of him?
Oh, yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm assuming that at that point he had some sort of like rudimentary version of the mask that he wears later on, because clearly he couldn't have built that, or the doctor couldn't have built that thing while they were down there in the pit.
Well, he's able to cure fucking broken backs by punching the guy's
I mean,
spine. Who knows?
I mean, if Tony Stark can build a mech in a cave, why not? But
well, the Doctor isn't fucking Tony Stark!
how do you know, Bill?
Well, Tony Stark also had access to his own weapons in that case.
How do you know he's not this universe's version of Tony Stark? But instead of saving the world with mechs, he creates fucking Bane.
No, I know he's not Tony Stark because the way he cures fucking a broken back is, again, by punching it really hard.
Seems like something Robert Downey Jr. would do to me. No.
If he was a doctor?
You have a broken back. Bam. How's that?
You have a broken heart.
Bam.
Let me just shove this arc reactor in there. No, my heart isn't... Oh.
Oh, God, if that's how he cures Batman, imagine how he tried to cure Bane at first. There's something wrong with your face. Bam!
I'm going to punch it until it makes itself better.
That was extremely painful.
I know. It was supposed to be.
Imagine the Doctor, he's being played by Russell Crowe. Oh, we're going to fight cancer. Get over here, cancer. I'm going to fight you.
The real question is how the Doctor left his TARDIS and wound up in a pit.
How'd they get a TV down? How did they get a TV signal down there?
I don't know, man. Where do they shit? Anybody ever think about this? Where do they shit?
Well, I imagine they shit in a hole.
Well, really?
They're in a hole.
That was supposed to be a joke. Oh my god, can you imagine if somebody decided to be an asshole and just squat over the giant hole?
That's the prison guards. That's what they do. They use it as their toilet. They fucking piss down there and shit.
Come on, man, really? Fuck you, prisoners. You're assholes, man.
Either it's raining.
I'm not the one in prison, though.
Either it's raining or one of the guards had asparagus.
Oh dear God.
Who am I? Where am I?
You're not in the rainforest, I'll tell you that much. Oh, and when it rains, how do they not drown?
Where am I? You're in the hole. I know where I'm at financially. Where am I? I mean, you're in a giant hole, and sooner or later it's going to rain, and we're all going to...
Listen, I know I just fucked Talia, but that's not what I mean.
See, Bill, Christopher Nolan assumes that they don't have to worry about rain because they're in the desert.
Yeah, but the desert, that makes no sense, though.
What if it gets flooded by sand during a sandstorm?
That isn't that an issue?
What if...
I don't know. Maybe they don't care. They don't care what happens to them because they're prisoners.
Well, then why not just kill them?
What if there's a cave-in? What if it turns into a sinkhole?
Because they're sadistic.
Yeah, Bill.
What if they fall through the earth to the land of the lost?
Living in the land of the lost.
Also, if you're...
That's Christopher Nolan's dark version of Land of the Lost.
Also, if your prison is a hole in the ground, don't you have a prime opportunity to dig your way out?
No, because they've got stone walls. And that would make no sense. What are you gonna do? Dig deeper and into fucking Atlantis?
No,
we have to go deeper.
You don't dig down. You don't try to dig your way to China. What you do is...
You can't dig up, though, Dylan, because the dirt's going to hit you in the face. You're going to bury yourself alive.
I know you can't dig up. You can build a tunnel. There are tunnels that start at ground level and go down. Therefore, you could also do that in reverse.
Yeah, Bill.
What?
Don't you know how mines work, Bill?
Oh, well, I guess you could also just keep digging until you eventually hit, like, a lower place on the earth.
In the words of the meerkats from Lion King 1.5, dig a tunna, dig a tunna. Quick before the hyena come.
Quick before the hyena come.
Never thought that we would make a Lion King 1.5 reference on this show.
I think we have before, strangely enough.
I know, this would have been a better opportunity to make, like, a Shawshank Redemption reference or a dig...
Well, that's what I was thinking. I just didn't make the obvious joke.
Bruce Wayne crawled through a river of shit 500 long.
Came out clean on the other side. No,
At first I thought that was the size of 2 ping pong tables. Then again, never good with the math.
If I had really wanted to go
Strangely enough, Morgan Freeman was also in that movie.
If I had really wanted to go obscure, and I love myself an obscure reference, I would have made a reference to Dig Dug.
Oh,
Rodin.
shit, yeah.
Or Rodin.
Rodin?
Because they've got minds.
Really, Bill? Is that the opening of the movie?
Yes.
Yeah. What if they tried to dig their way?
Bruce Wayne, while crawling out of that hole, fucking awakens Rodin.
What if they try to dig their way out of the prison and they find the Mega Noodless?
Or Baragon.
And they confuse it for Godzilla.
Well, doesn't everybody?
Yeah.
Fucking Baragon breaks through the fucking prison wall. Okay, we literally did not see that coming.
I imagine that if anybody gets sick in this prison, it must spread really quickly.
Yeah, I imagine so. Well, they mentioned that with Bane.
The more we talk about this prison, the less of a sound idea it becomes.
Dude,
The science is not sound.
That's basically the thing with The Dark Knight Rises in general. You know, you talk about it and look into it enough, you're going to find out a ton of stuff that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's true.
For instance, how did Bane not figure out where that Batman's bat plane wasn't just resting on one of the buildings?
How did Batman go about setting up that thing where the fire goes up on the bridge and makes a bat symbol? Also, way to...
Yeah, how was he setting that up and nobody noticed?
Also...
And also, isn't that kind of embarrassing? Just like, you're just spread... Like, imagine Batman in his costume fucking spreading gasoline, he gets on his cape, oh shit, oh shit.
Hey,
Also,
Batman, is that you? Yes, I'm trying to do something really cool. But there are people dying right over there in the courtyard. It's okay. It's totally worth it.
Also, way to keep a low profile. Batman is supposed to be like the world's greatest detective and like this like master tactician. You'd think he would use the element of surprise and the fact that his enemy thinks he's dead to his advantage.
Yeah. Well, he kind of does. No, he doesn't at
No,
all,
he doesn't.
actually.
He puts a flaming bat signal on the side of the bridge and says, "I'm here."
Come at me, Bane! Bring it on, bro!
I'm coming for you. You broke my
No, you know
back.
what he should have
I
said
break
when
yours. You have my permission to cry.
before Batman actually attacks Bane in the scene towards the middle of the movie where Bane breaks his back. Instead of Bane going, "You use the darkness as your ally," he goes, "Bro, do you even lift?"
You know, another problem. How is it that everyone could find out Batman's secret identity except the one man that's known Bruce Wayne longer than anyone else, Commissioner Gordon?
That's very true. He was also supposed to be a detective.
Yeah.
Well, I just like the idea that he always knows. He just doesn't say anything, and it just doesn't matter. Kind of like the Joker.
Yeah, but then it's kind of ruined where he's like, Bruce?
Well, I agree, but I don't think they should have had that moment anyway.
Yeah.
I
Or
thought that was kind of really forced. Also, the flashback was unnecessary.
yeah, or I love what College Humor did, where it's like it doesn't take much to be a hero, even if it's someone who put a coat on a little boy. I may or may not have been that boy with the coat, you know, on the day for the parents. He died. He's like, oh my God, you're Batman. Okay, can you get rid of that bomb? You're kind of running out of time here.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that. Just want to make sure that was clear. Is it clear? Yes, get rid of the bomb!
Just to let you know, the autopilot is gone. I'm straight up sacrificing myself. Just me. With a bomb.
I'm also going to leave and go to Italy and fuck a hot woman. And I'm going to leave Joseph Gordon-Levitt here to be Batman.
There's absolutely no way that I can pull a Benedict Cumberbatch on this one and come back. No way at all. I am not going to survive this encounter. Alfred will not find me in a restaurant in another country at the end of this movie.
Totally not gonna pull a Godzilla. Twice. I'm only gonna do it once.
This is not...
Because I'm not as cool as Godzilla, as it turns out. Well, did you guys see that meme where it was like, at the end of The Dark Knight Rises, Batman basically takes a nuke and drops it in the ocean? Now, I'm not saying Batman created Godzilla, but if you don't think that's the tightest shit ever, don't even talk to me.
Yeah. Was that made by Jose? Because I know I saw it from his page.
Which makes you wonder
No,
what.
he didn't make it. He just shared it.
Which makes you wonder
I just love the sentence. If you don't think that is the tightest shit ever, get out of my face.
Which makes you wonder what fresh horror will be unleashed by the nuke at the end of Godzilla 2014.
Yeah.
They should follow. They need to follow that up on that.
Yeah, because it doesn't kill anybody.
At the moment, it's kind of a plot hole, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't the Fallout cover San Francisco overnight?
They need to explain Godzilla absorbed it. That's the only thing that makes sense.
He's like an automatic magnet for everything radiation related.
Because think of this.
It works for electricity. It can work for radiation.
Because think about this. Godzilla collapses after killing the Mutos, and then after the bomb goes off, it's not too long after that, he gets his ass up, goes back into the ocean.
There are things that soak up radiation like a sponge.
Like Godzilla.
Well, lead.
And that's a pretty big fucking sponge.
Well, lead. I mean, that's Godzilla essentially is lead. I'm not saying Godzilla is made out of lead, because that'd be stupid.
Dude, what if that's like an explanation for how creatures from Godzilla's era absorb radiation into their cells? What if their cells have like lead in them? Kind of like how our bodies have iron.
That'd be fine, but then you'd also just have to explain how they're powered by it. Because all lead does is block it.
Because DBZ logic.
Damn it! Well, I guess it's the same thing as Superman.
Yeah. They never explain why Superman is like powered by it. Like
Well, no, they do in Man of Steel. It's because
No, they say his body drinks the sun's radiation, but it's the same thing that you were just saying with Godzilla. Okay.
Well, our bodies drink the sun's radiation too.
Yeah,
our bodies get burned like shit.
Yeah, but you get I think it's vitamin C from the sun.
Yeah, but
the reason why people are happier.
You can't friggin' fly though. There's the difference.
Bill. Where's my cake?
No, but the explanation. Wait, hang on. No. I'm not backing down from this one. Man of Steel. Of all the problems with Man of Steel, this is not one of them. It's because the body of a Kryptonian is so used to the harsh conditions of Krypton. So the younger radiation of our sun and our lower gravity allows him to do all the shit that he can do. Now, how the fuck you get heat vision from that, God knows, but I'm willing to accept it.
Doesn't the movie kind of give you the impression that Zod is stronger than Superman? Think about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Superman spends his entire life adjusting to Earth's atmosphere. Zod does that shit in 5 minutes.
Right. It's true. Well, Superman has a comment where he's like, of all your disciplines, he says, I don't remember what it was. I haven't seen Man of Steel in a while, but he says something.
You can't be
sure it was Man of Steel?
I'm not the Superman that they deserve, but I'm the one that they need.
What was that, David?
Are you sure it was Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I haven't seen Man of Steel.
What's from Man of Steel?
That was the most recent that was the most recent Superman.
Yeah, that was the most recent Godzilla movie. Man of Steel.
Did you see? Only Godzilla could have caused all that damage.
See, they cut out that.
No, imagine it's like, this is a movie. This is a scene. Like, okay, so let's come back to like 2012. All right, Bill, or SOS. This is a scene from a Legendary Pictures movie coming out in the future, and they just show us screen caps of the destroyed Metropolis. What movie do you think this is from? Obviously Godzilla.
I think
Godzilla.
From Godzilla.
This is from the new Superman movie.
No, obviously it's from The Dark Knight Rises.
Rises?
Why would it be from The Dark Knight? We would have seen that already.
Well, shit does get fucked up in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, but not
as bad as
Yeah.
Man of Steel or Godzilla.
Yeah.
Nothing even gets leveled in Dark Knight Rises.
No, only a bridge is filled with cars, and that's it. It's as a blockade.
That's the only thing that falls.
You have like it's like
no
It's
bridges.
the only thing that falls, and then it rises.
Bill, no, they don't just blow up that bridge. They blow up all the bridges.
No, they don't. There's still that one that's left.
Which the military
and they blow it up later.
Oh, true.
They blow up all the bridges.
Other than that,
blow up all the bridges.
Other than that, Hey,
Bane, how many bridges did you blow up? All of them. And how much weed did you smoke?
All of them.
All of the weed.
See, the movie should be called Destroy All Bridges.
Destroy all bridges.
At least the title wouldn't be a lie.
I want somebody to do a video called The History of the Golden Gate Bridge, where 8 apes march across it, fucking, the Hulk jumps on top of it, Godzilla destroys it.
I don't remember if this was on recording or not, Bill, but you remember I told you I wanted to see
Trespasser destroys it.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when I told you I wanted to see a history of the architecture of Japan, like set in... No, it was that pagoda from all the Godzilla movies. I want to see...
Oh, right, yes, history of the pagoda.
The history of that pagoda set in the Godzilla universe, where they're constantly rebuilding it.
In that little thing.
Andres wants to see the history of Tokyo Tower.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that too. Well, Tokyo Tower doesn't get destroyed as many times as the pagoda.
It's a kaiju magnet, Bill.
Yeah, you know, King Kong escapes, Mothra.
That's right, they climb. I always forget about King Kong escapes. Mothra, Tokyo SOS.
Gamera.
Oh, Gamera. I always forget about Gamera, too. Alright, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I apologize. Backing down.
Damn right, you had better apologize.
Andres, I will fuck you up.
Well, really?
Gamera one?
There are only two ways I can take that statement.
And one you take orally.
Oh my.
Oh my. Andres, I was kidding. And I meant the orally one.
Andres is silent now. He's deeply disturbed by these events.
He's plotting.
So about that road trip, Bill.
That's what I always say. Every time he pisses me
Anders.
about this road trip.
Oh, don't be surprised if Bill gets you a bomb.
What?
I don't know if you realize this.
Like, Bill, is this your house? Oh yeah, this is my house, all right.
And you see like a cartoon fuse.
Andres,
Yeah.
You didn't get that reference? We've been talking about that movie for 2 hours.
What movie?
Godzilla. Got the bitch a bomb. Bitches love the bomb.
Oh!
God damn it!
Bitches do love bombs. Or nuclear dildos, as they've also been called.
Or nuclear dildos, as Godzilla the musical puts it. By the way, that is the most genius thing ever.
Yes.
Is that song?
Yes.
Godzilla's the only one who could save our souls. Let them fight.
Let them
fight. Arrogance of man whose thinking nature's in our control.
Let them fight.
We are so sorry for luring you in here with the promise of an episode of SOS and instead giving you an edition of Bad Capella.
Let them fight.
Hey man. Don't lump me in with Bill when it comes to singing abilities.
I'll be a radioactive island who's 300 feet tall. Sorry, I just love that song so much.
I just realized that they made Godzilla kind of sound like Mike Tyson, or like a cross between Mike Tyson and Eric Cartman.
They make him sound like a crackhead, which he apparently is.
Bill, you should go on American Idol. Not because I think you would win, but because it would be hilarious.
Yes.
And I want to see you cry when they say no.
It's too late for this, though. If only he had done it back when Simon was around.
Damn it.
I think you should go fucking kill yourself.
I'm sorry. You said you want to be a filmmaker?
Bill.
You're obviously deaf. How are you supposed to understand what kind of actors are supposed to sound good if you can't really listen to them? You're obviously deaf.
Are you fucking criticizing Werewolf of Carl Place, Andres?
Didn't everybody?
Maybe not.
True.
You decide.
Didn't everybody?
Everybody did kind of shit on it.
Bill, I can picture you going all New Yorker on Simon Cowell.
I would be like, are you fucking kidding me, you fucking piece of... You want to fucking take this to my street? I'll fuck you up on my street.
Maybe you should go back. You should go back on your side of the pond, asshole.
Go back to fucking Jersey where you belong.
Be honest.
From Jersey.
Be honest, Bill.
I'm not actually from Jersey, Mr. Wester. Well, you fucking sound like you're from fucking Jersey.
Be honest, Bill. You wouldn't do that. You would cry.
No, I'd probably just be indifferent because I'm like, I knew this was going to happen. I wanted this to happen. It happened.
So the reason Bill would do it is because he knows it would be the most...
What?
I do it for the entertainment value.
Bill, the reason you would do it is because you would know it's going to be the most iconic moment in TV history.
You could be the new pants on the ground guy.
You could be the
What
next.
you gonna do with your pants on the ground?
I'm not sure that's a great goal to have in life, but you could do it.
You could be the next she bangs guy.
Oh, God.
Pong.
No, the guy who tried to sing the national anthem.
You got to decide.
And the rockets red
You
glare.
could be the next Ice JJ Fish.
Yes. Bill, but before you try out for American Idol, because it's happening now, you got to pick your song. All time high. Either that,
I need Ian to back me up on the kazoo.
it's one of two things. It's either All Time High or the classiest song of all time, the Thong Song.
We're big booty bitches, we got big booty bitches.
Oh my God, I know that song.
'Cause we got big booty bitches, we got big booty bitches.
Too much booty in the pants.
Or what in the butt?
Yes, and you got to reenact the music video.
Or that song we sang at the beginning of World War G5.
What song did we sing at the beginning of World War G5?
Remember that song where it was like, I don't remember what the words were because
No, that sounded like the Elephant Man. I don't remember.
Well, I don't remember the words, so I can't reenact the song now, can I?
Do you remember the tune?
What, putting on the Ritz?
No!
Yes.
Remember the one at the beginning of World War G5 where was that guy who sang like fucking horribly?
Oh yeah, Ice JJ Fish.
Yeah, it's Ice JJ.
Oh, is that who? Is that guy's
Yeah,
name?
yeah. You know that I want you, girl.
Do you think that was intentional? That had to be
Sounds
intentional.
like the guy from Best Cry Ever trying to sing a song while crying.
No, that was World War G4.
Yeah. I love that you saw the.
You kind of sound like Godzilla when you do that. They should take that sound and make it one of the kaiju roars. They shoot whatever kaiju it is, and it just goes. I think we heard it.
It reminds me of they took that one. Somebody took the very first teaser trailer that had Godzilla roaring in like that cloud of smoke, and instead of Godzilla's roar, it's like Jim Carrey going.
It'll be like that movie, Honey, I Blew Up the Baby, where the baby gets hurt and starts crying, and everybody feels sorry for the fucking giant baby that's destroying Las Vegas. Oh.
Well, now that baby and the Femmuto have something in common.
Oh, wow.
But I get the funny feeling that baby was Bill.
Because, can you imagine if I fucking found out that... I also think that came out before I was born. But can you fucking imagine if, like, my parents are like, so, Bill, there's something we've never told you about regarding you wanting to be a filmmaker. You've already been in a major motion picture. What? I'd like to introduce you to Honey, I Blew Up the Baby.
Actually,
oh my God!
I made a faux pas. It's actually called Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Doesn't that make less sense than Honey, I Blew Up the Baby?
Wow.
Because it's a fucking baby?
No,
Wow.
it's more of a toddler, like infant.
Wow, a Lion King 1.5 and a Honey, I Blew Up the Baby reference. I'm doing good. No.
You're on fire, Dylan. Literally, you're on fucking fire. Get a fire extinguisher.
I gotta cover this baby on Kaiju Spotlight.
No, please don't. Much better time could have been spent on something else other than the baby from Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
So, Dylan, where does my request rank in terms of the Kaiju Spotlight?
But I have so much nostalgia. What is your idea, Bill?
Yongari.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
You sound so excited.
Unless he's fighting Pulgasari, I don't want to hear about it.
Well, what?
And don't forget my request.
I don't remember what it was either. Oh, it was some really obscure, like, anime monster, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a kaiju version of John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
What about my request?
You requested something?
Well, I'm requesting one now.
No, he just wants to be part of the group.
You have wants and needs and desires, Gorzar?
Oh, everyone knows his desires.
Oh, yes.
Top priority.
We all know what he wants.
And it's not a Godzilla sequel.
It's a certain scene from You Only Live Twice.
Oh, you dirty motherfucker!
I gotta say,
Why you do this?
we were
Why you do this, Darren?
I gotta say, we were ratting on Destroy All Monsters for having a misleading title, but Honey, I Blew Up the Kid is a little worse.
That too.
I was going into this movie expecting Rick Moranis to stick his baby in a microwave, and that didn't happen.
Honey, I thought maybe what I could do was do an experiment about, putting a baby in a microwave. What?
There were some microwave-related antics in the film, but nothing involving actually exploding the child.
Oh, yeah.
Who came up with it?
What else are you gonna fucking call it? Instead of, holy shit, that baby is gigantic.
Honey, I turned our baby into Godzilla.
Godzilla was in all the descriptions, though, where it was like a Godzilla-sized problem. Yeah.
Shoot
You're
yourself.
clever. Aren't we clever? Actually,
How did the clothes get bigger?
actually, it's more comparable
Because
to,
science, Bill.
Because
science. Because I guess all of his molecules are expanding, and I guess that includes the clothes and the toys that are inside the clothes. Because at one point,
I guess it's the same explanation as Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman. Yeah, Superman's not actually indestructible. He's got an aura around him that's indestructible.
because it,
Fuck you.
because at some point.
Because science!
Because at one point in the movie, his, older brother and his girlfriend are in his pocket, and, there's, giant-ass toy cars and, a gumball and shit. Everything that was on him at the time of the exposure is also growing.
That makes no sense.
It doesn't have to, because science. It's actually more comparable.
Sweet, juicy science!
It's actually more comparable to 20 Million Miles to Earth, because he starts out baby-sized and grows over the course of the film. Until eventually he destroys
clothes on.
Until eventually he destroys Gorazard's hometown. And by destroy I mean walks through the streets.
Yeah, David, you have a lot of you have a bunch of scenes of your city getting destroyed lately.
If we're going back to the 90s, don't forget Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks?
Gorazard, how does it feel knowing that your kaiju attacks are limited to the female Muto and a giant baby?
And Mars Attacks.
That's not a kaiju.
True. David, is your pride hurt?
No, if anything,
your pride hurt?
If anything, quite the opposite, because you had your city not destroyed by not the real Godzilla in 1998.
Oh, don't even fucking go.
Damn, Bill. Damn.
Dirty motherfucker.
Damn. He
just
straight up owned you.
I'm willing.
If this is a Yo Mama contest, I'd have no retort.
I'm willing to bet that even the giant baby could kill Zilla. Just saying. He is significantly bigger than him.
Is he?
I think probably.
I don't think so. Does he ever get bigger than any of the buildings in Las Vegas?
He picks up the Hard Rock Cafe guitar and tries to play it.
Oh, does he? Sorry, Dylan, I don't remember exact scenes from Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
I have so much nostalgia for this stupid-ass movie.
Do you really?
We had it on VHS.
Same here. I have all 3 movies on VHS.
That's okay. You want to know a movie I have nostalgia for?
And the Giant Bunny. Oh, the Giant Bunny. Oh.
You want to know what movie I have a lot of nostalgia for?
King Kong vs.
Did we say the Flintstones?
That too, but fucking Junior.
Junior.
The movie where Schwarzenegger gets pregnant?
Yes, I loved that movie as a kid. I don't know why.
Junior.
So he just when Schwarzenegger gives birth, he goes,
I'm pregnant. How did this happen? Why did I get involved in those secret military experiments, mixing my DNA with that of a seahorse?
What is it?
No. The scene when he's he's
the
struggling to.
In the movie. How does Arnold Schwarzenegger get pregnant?
Have you seen it?
No.
I've only seen the Nostalgia Critic review.
I've seen it. They don't explain it in the movie any more than he explains it in the review.
How does the baby come out?
They cut. Well, they do that. They do explain. They have to cut it out, and also the baby grows inside. They do explain where they put it. It makes no goddamn sense how the thing has a fucking umbilical cord.
Because there's no womb. There's no uterus.
Is it said that I've never seen Junior? But here I am correcting you on your Honey, I Blew Up the Kid continuity.
No, that's not as sad as you might think. Because if you ever made a Pre-Hysteria 2 reference, I could clean your shit up pretty well.
Bill.
What?
Look at this. Just this.
What is it?
This makes the movie, man.
Oh, it is a toddler, not a baby. I had another image in my head. I thought it was like an actual baby.
Dude, imagine if he stayed that size, how big he would be as a freaking adult.
Oh, you know what's really fucked up?
Remember the mother. The mother grew big.
Oh yeah, that's right. He would basically be like the fucking colossal titan. Like shit.
He'd be like freaking Galactus.
Yeah, he would be closer to Galactus.
I will destroy your world. It's your world too. Shut up.
Don't question me.
Where's...
You also don't have a machine that combusts the Earth into chunks that you can eat. Fuck you.
Allow me to be more specific. I will step on everybody.
I will kill all of you. No, I'll pick up bits of my world and eat it one by one.
Then I will swim...
Scoop a handful and eat dirt.
Then I will swim across the ocean, which should only take a few minutes, and kill everyone else.
Well...
The entire planet would be forced to worship him as a god.
Would his muscles function by Hulk logic where... Well, wouldn't he have the proportional strength of a human, meaning his strength would increase as he gets bigger?
Yeah, I would assume so.
So thus...
I mean, clearly he does, considering that he picks up the Hard Rock Cafe guitar.
Oh, right. Okay, so thus, wouldn't he also be able to do the Hulk thing of leaping really far?
He would. He could just... It would be like jumping over a pond.
Maybe his strength is like proportional to that of his actual age.
Holy shit, so as he gets older, he gets... And imagine if he fucking, like, works out and shit. Hot damn.
Until he gets too old and then dies and then starts to decompose and becomes the world's smelliest problem.
They do it like that fucking sperm whale in that video we watched a time ago.
The entire planet is covered in bits of this giant human.
Who the fuck thought this was a good idea?
No, because he's so massive, he explodes with, like, the force of a nuclear bomb. It just wipes out the planet.
Oh, God. Splody the baby.
The more you think about this giant baby, the more badass he becomes. I wish I was a giant baby.
Oh, my God. Oh.
If Gorzar was a giant baby, the internet would bow down to him. For they would have
some fucking truth.
For they would have no choice.
He would be the world's largest internet pirate.
Well, by that point, my secrets won't be secret anymore.
You wouldn't be able to hide anything. You try to find a quiet corner of the world to just, like, be alone and masturbate. No go, man. No go.
Because if you, like, even if you pick, like, the middle of the water, you cause tsunamis.
Well, I don't mean to emphasize the whole kaiju stereotype, but if I was a giant, I would probably literally invade Japan for the wrong reasons.
And fucking kidnap women and, like, force them to watch him jerk off.
He goes out into the ocean to jerk off. And
you just have to look at it. Just look at it.
And back at the shore, it's like some fucking day after tomorrow shit.
Sadly, today in Honolulu, many people died because of a tsunami. You're not gonna fucking believe what caused it.
My God. He's running towards the shore. Oh no. He's going to do a cannonball.
onto the land, though, so it's gonna cause even more damage and cause him more damage.
He's gonna reenact that scene from the Iron Giant.
Oh God.
Oh God! Imagine they get audio of him jerking off.
Stellar Iron Giant reference.
Oh!
Bryan Cranston picks it up via echolocation.
Oh my God!
Fab.
That's the sound Bill makes when he masturbates.
Why do you know the sound when he masturbates?
Yeah, how do you know, Dave?
Because you just made it.
Yes, that's an accurate representation of how I masturbate.
Yes.
I hope the noises Bill's podcast to simulate masturbation. I imagine things like his house must be very awkward. Comes down to breakfast the next morning. Hi, honey. The night before.
They hear a screonk in there somewhere that makes them like incredibly more disturbed than ever.
What is he jerking off to? You remember that scene from Godzilla versus
oh dear Lord.
From Son of Godzilla?
This conversation is unsettling at best.
No, wait, let's think of this. You remember this
No,
the victory
not think of this.
Remember the victory dance from Invasion of Astro
No,
Monster?
Bill, it would probably... You remember the shower scene from the X from Outer Space?
No.
No, I never saw X from Outer Space.
Oh, Bill!
Let's try to take this conversation.
Doesn't the movie like suck?
Shall we?
It sucks, but you have to see it. It's a kaiju.
Why?
You have to
Because
see.
it's a kaiju movie, Bill.
You have to
You
see.
gotta see it, man.
You have to see how much it sucks, man. You guys remember the Iron Giant?
I'll watch the X from Outer Space.
Oh yeah, totally.
Dylan watches Junior.
I'm just gonna keep talking about the Iron Giant now until they get done with their masturbation X from Outer Space conversation.
We will never
Is
stop.
that movie on Blu-ray?
Iron Giant?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I only have it on VHS.
I haven't.
I want the sequel.
Never released it on DVD.
I want the sequel. I want Iron Giant
have the
versus
torrent
Rick
on
Moranis'
it.
Giant Baby.
I want special features, David.
I can get you special features, motherfucker.
I'll show you some special features. Now we're back to masturbation humor.
No. No, focus on the giant robot.
Way to bring it back.
Giant metal.
Nobody,
Head,
no one mentioned.
Oh, he's got a giant metal head, all right.
There is a special edition DVD that's only $6.
Holy shit.
I want my HD quality.
Do they have a Blu-ray though?
Let's see. Surprised they would.
Oh, but if you want, you can get it in a 4-pack with other family classics like Kangaroo Jack, the Ant Bully, the Ant Bully, and worst of all, Racing Stripes.
Oh my god, did you guys see that fucking movie?
Yes.
You guys remember Racing Stripes where the zebra becomes a racehorse?
Yeah, and that there was a fly voiced by David Spade.
There were 2 flies.
Yeah.
It appeared incredibly stupid.
I remember renting it on DVD.
I saw it in the theaters. That's how sad I was.
You saw that in theaters?
Racing Stripes? Hell yeah.
Why would you see that in theaters?
You know what though? I shouldn't be talking. You know what I saw in theaters?
What did you see in theaters, Bill?
What did you see in theaters, Bill?
College Road Trip.
You know what I saw in theaters once, and it is a
Martin Lawrence movie with that. I think That's So Raven is in it, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Bill, I can outdo that. I have seen 2 movies in theaters when I was younger that are shockingly bad.
What?
One, the better of the two, the lesser of the two evils, The Little Vampire.
I saw that in theaters too, motherfucker.
And worse yet, perhaps worst of all, The Master of Disguise.
I saw that. I actually used to think that was hilarious as a kid. I'll admit to that.
The turtle part was funny. Kinda. Sorta.
Shoot yourself, Dylan. Just
turtle.
fucking shoot yourself.
Maybe.
It reminded him of Gamera. You have to give him a break.
That was all he had. That was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's all he had going for
Actually, even as a kid, I was like, that this is a funny joke, but they stretch it out a little too long.
Dylan's sitting there like critiquing the fucking quality of the humor.
And then they kind of ruin the.
It's just one stupid voice after another. If I want stupid voices, I'll stick to Robin Williams' performance in Mrs. Doubtfire. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me. I'm Robin Williams. I'm doing a voice. Oh.
Become
you guys think Mrs. Doubtfire holds up?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think so, yeah, because I watched it last week.
I think other parts of it don't hold up so well.
Mrs. Doubtfire holds up hella good. I need to buy the Blu-ray.
You guys hear about the sequel?
Yes.
The behind the scenes.
How is that gonna fucking work?
Oh, you guys, the DVD is called the Behind the Seams Edition.
Oh.
And it's only
Excuse me, I need to go kill myself.
And it's only $6.23, whereas the Blu-ray is $14.93. I don't need that movie in fucking high def. Shit.
Nowadays, that doing the whole guy pretending to be a woman thing, I don't think that can really work because, we kind of live in the world where people do like tons of background inspections before you get a job and stuff.
Yeah, you can just get it over the phone.
Holy shit, dude! You can get the behind the scenes edition DVD for $6.23, right? But if you get the older DVD, the original DVD release that's like out of print, it's $47.50.
Collector's item, obviously.
Clearly.
Also, guys, it's kind of like remember you guys seen those like pop figures, like those little bobblehead looking things of like superheroes and Game of Thrones, and for some ungodly reason, Duck Dynasty.
Wait, you mean those chibi figures?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one for the Weeping Angel.
Look what I found.
Is it Mrs. Doubtfire? Is it the Urn?
No way. No way!
Is it the Urn Giant?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Urn Giant. Okay.
Urn Giant.
Urn.
Oh my god, look at the Urn Giant.
Urn.
For $9. Bill, I know what to
That
get you for your
is
birthday now.
horrifying.
Wait a minute, did they put the
It
dent?
costs more than the movie does.
Did they put the dent in the head? Okay, yeah, they did. Never mind.
Oh, I never would have picked up on that. Wow.
It's a very important character trait.
Well, I mean, it's integral to the plot.
If I had $95, I would totally buy this die-cast figure of classic Gort. But I do not have $95 to blow.
Neither do I. I've been trying to save my money for crystal meth.
Oh, nice.
That and the road trip, obviously.
Have you found Bryan Cranston?
Bryan Cranston called the security team when I tried to buy meth off him. In fact, I have my own dent in the head now to go along with the Iron Giants now that I tried to buy meth off of Bryan Cranston.
Oh sure, they can bundle fucking the Iron Giant with fucking racing stripes, but try to find a copy of Osmosis Jones. You're out $60.
Dylan, they cut that out as soon as Pikachu became popular.
This movie came out in 2001. Pikachu was popular before that.
Yeah. Like,
More popular though. Oh my god! I was watching they had Boomerang on at work earlier.
yeah.
And I saw a fucking commercial. They're gonna put classic Pokemon on Boomerang.
God damn, do I feel old now?
I felt old too when I saw that. I was
No,
like,
you know when I feel old? When they put Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Laboratory on Boomerang.
they've been doing that. No, I feel old because they put the Batman on Boomerang.
Oh yeah,
I feel old because the other day somebody mentioned a social media thing, and I was like, what is that?
I had that too. I think I told you guys. Somebody mentioned Snapchat, and I was like, what the fuck is Snapchat?
What's that, Sonny? Yeah,
No,
Get my iPhone, you crazy kids!
And somebody was like,
my plane.
somebody asked somebody else, they were like, do you have a, what was it called, a kick? And I'm like, what the fuck is a kick?
Oh yeah,
What?
whatever that thing is.
It's funny. Like I think
I haven't even started on the tweeter.
the one thing. Well, not the one thing, but the
I've
moment.
been trying to use this here space book.
The moment I realized that I was finally like not associated with what the cool kids are into nowadays was the day I found out about
the moment in his
The day he first entered kindergarten.
the moment in his youth when Andres was like, I'm not cool.
Or no, it's that point where like you're always aware of what's like the thing now with amongst kids.
Yeah, you weren't part of the current.
You mean when you
generation,
found
so to
out?
speak.
You mean when you found out about Bakugan? You were like, the fuck is that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like, the fuck? Is this supposed to be like? Is this like Yugi Man or something?
Wait a minute.
Keep on.
Wait a minute. It takes $60 to buy a copy of Osmosis Jones, but for $11.99, I can get the movie that broke the Nostalgia Critic, Baby Geniuses,
Oh snap!
a far inferior movie.
Ooh, dude, this reminds me. I was at Walmart the other day, and I saw the third Baby Geniuses movie.
Yeah, the one that's an Indiana Jones knockoff.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I saw that too. I was like, oh my god.
Why?
Yeah.
Why,
Also, I
Hollywood?
happen to.
Why you do this?
Also,
Why you do this, Earn Man?
Also, I happened to come across a DVD under like new releases of a Frankie Muniz movie. I'm like, Frankie Muniz, he's still alive? And it was like a super low budget superhero movie called Pizza Man. I'm like,
Wait, who's Frankie Muniz?
Frankie
I
Muniz still living. Secret Agent Cody Banks still. Secret Agent Cody.
big fat liar.
No.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Liar. Yeah, Malcolm in the Middle. Fucking Bryan Cranston's kid. Jesus.
Wow,
Okay.
we
calm
live.
the fuck down.
We live in a world where Bryan Cranston is now like 1,000 times more popular than Frankie Muniz.
He apparently was in like a major like tabloid story recently where like I think he went to the cops saying his girlfriend was beating him and he was on heroin or something.
Frankie Muniz?
Yeah.
At least he didn't wind up like Macaulay Culkin. Jesus.
At least that explains Pizza Man.
Dear God.
Oh my God!
He's not worse than the Zack and Cody kids. Apparently, one of them is showing his dick online.
I despise the color orange on me, but my God, do I want this Goku hoodie?
I've been seeing shirts lately that I want where it's like, quiet, I'm training to beat Goku in a fight.
They have an orange Goku hoodie, and like it's got the symbol on the front and the back and everything, and they have a black Capsule Corp shirt outfit right there.
I want a Vegeta hoodie.
Also a shirt with Goku powering up, and it says over 9,000.
Scouter sunglasses.
Dude, don't even play. Don't even raise my hopes and my dreams, man.
We're almost there, man. We got them Google glasses. They just need to make them like 50 times larger.
Make a Google Glass.
Over one eye.
Make a Google Glass that looks like a Scouter, and I will buy that shit.
I will totally make a real life Scouter.
I will buy the PlayStation Jesus and that. I will give you all my money. I will sign a contract with you to where you can get all of my money from now to like the end of time. I don't care.
I'll give you an arm, a leg, my dick, anything to own that.
I think this joke has gone too far.
Yeah, it ended when I said the dick thing.
They have a toy Scouter, you guys.
Yeah, I saw it.
Gee whiz.
That attaches to your head via headband.
Oh, good. I remember when I first got duped into buying something like that, where I bought actual spy gear.
What?
And you know how, you know the distance of the fucking walkie-talkie?
Like 5 feet.
Yeah,
oh, right, 30 feet.
How far is 30
and me and my friend, when we were kids, actually tried to measure the distance to each other's houses to see if that would work.
all of them toys. Was it like that line? Was it that line of toys that like markets itself like you can be a fucking Mission Impossible agent, kids?
Yes. And like
wouldn't that shit be illegal in real life?
The only thing I ever bought in that line that
well, it's actually work, Andres. That's why they sell it.
The only thing I ever actually bought from that thing that was like legit cool is they had this wristwatch, and it had like these little capsules on it that you could like put little scraps of paper in, so it was like ideal for like passing notes and shit.
I remember one time there was this dude who used to live down my block, and I say used to because he's fucking dead.
Oh wow, okay.
Let's feel the mood.
This is heavy.
Yeah, Bill.
Why is everything so heavy in the future? Is this thing come up with the Earth's gravitational pull?
Great Scott!
Well, he used to listen to Police Scanner, and one time me and my friends bought walkie-talkies, and we were talking over the walkie-talkies, and apparently he either tuned into our frequency or we tuned into his, and we just talked over it, fucking cursing and talking about the dirtiest shit, and then we passed his house, and he was just like, you kids need to watch your language, and I was like, what? He was like, and he just lifted up the police scanner, and we were like, oh my God.
No, you see, you guys should have like pulled a War of the Worlds event and just pretend like you're making some sort of fake news report about a giant monster attack.
Or like we were being kidnapped.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not funny.
He heard it. He heard everything.
He knew what you did last night.
I know what you did 5 minutes ago.
He knows the plans. Cancel the strippers.
He touches my shoulder just like, I know, Bill. I know.
I know everything.
Get the fuck off of me!
I'm having a creepy neighbor moment, Bill.
Don't ruin this for me.
He starts stroking my shoulder. I need an adult. I am an adult!
Where are your other friends going? Christian Bale, shut up.
Old man Christian Bale. He's gonna sound like that one day too, and all the jokes are gonna come back to haunt him.
I need an adult. Oh, good for you.
Oh, good for you! I am an adult!
I need an adult. I am an adult. like instead of what are you? Batman. It's I need an adult. I am an adult.
Hugs, not drugs.
Put on these assless chaps.
No!
I want you to be my Robin. To put on this green Speedo and these Peter Pan shoes.
Bill, come with me to fight crime. That's great, Batman. Can I wear pants? No.
No. But you can't wear these assless chaps. That's not better.
Not for you.
Oh. Well, we're about an hour and 45 in. You boys ready to go to the news?
For show.
Let's go to the news then. Hang on, I gotta pull up the jingle.
Every time.
Scott, I gotta pull up the jingle! Fuck you!
Why do you have to pull
hour
up the jingle
later.
when you can just add it in post-production?
Yeah, why do I have to pull the jingle?
Because
Why-
this is this is not a review. This is a podcast.
Yeah, there's a difference, guys.
Yeah, but don't you still go back in and add the music post-production to make it sound better?
Not always.
No.
Don't you just do that?
Because, Dylan...
All you have to do is find the point where you decided to have the news update, and then split the video and put it in between, and now you're playing the music while I talk, and it's kind of like on the news where the news is coming on and the anchors are still talking to one another.
And now to you, Andres, with the news update.
So this one came from the end of May, where director Colin Trevorrow revealed details on the story for Jurassic World, where he explained that Jurassic World takes place in a fully functional park on Isla Nublar, and the park itself sees more than 20,000 visitors a day, and it has elements of a biological preserve, a safari, a zoo, and a theme park, along with a luxury resort, hotels, restaurants, nightlife, and a golf course, Bill. Oh, yeah.
All goofy.
Oh, yeah, there are also dinosaurs.
Well, is it like where the golf course like has dinosaurs on it?
I'm assuming it's kind of like a cross between like a zoo and Disney World, basically.
Well, because think about it this way: when you go to a golf course, there are alligators on golf courses. So why not a few velociraptors?
maybe they're gonna add like a post. What's it called? The giant crocodile, like Sukas.
Postosuchus?
Yeah, Postosuchus. And okay, so let's see here. He also explained that Jurassic World takes place 22 years after the original film, and Chris Pratt's character
is that real time?
Let's see. I'm 22, and the movie is 21. No, yes, they're definitely real time.
When is it coming out? 2016 or 2015? Actually, right?
Yeah, 2015.
So that would kind of be real time.
Yeah, because I'm a year older. I'm always a year older than the movie, so I'll be. Okay.
I thought you were the same age. I'm sorry. You're right.
I
fucked up.
See, I was born in 92. The movie came out in 93.
Right. I keep forgetting you're 2 years older than me. I don't know why, but I keep thinking you're 4 years older than me. I don't know why.
Am I that? Do I sound that old to you?
No, because when I first met you, I thought you were younger than me. I don't know. I don't know why.
You think you thought I was younger, then I'm older. You thought Adam was older, then he's younger.
Yeah, it's fine.
You thought Andres lived in San Diego?
I do live in San Diego.
He does live in San Diego.
You fucker! You're always forgetting where I live.
My bad.
David, go in the corner.
You always do this to me, David. Hey,
Andres has an emotional breakdown.
Hey, Andres, how is it like?
You're never there for me, David. You're never there for me, but I really need you.
You know what? I'm glad that your city got destroyed in Godzilla 14, because now you have no place to live.
I can always come down to... Oh, wait, your city got destroyed worse!
Only in comic books.
Lost World. Yo, he had a fucking dinosaur.
Oh, no, wait.
In his fucking.
Oh, wait,
in his
never mind.
fucking. Fuck you.
Never mind, that's San Francisco. Never mind.
Damn it! David.
You fucking. You fuck.
One time he was like, "Hey, how was it like in San Andreas?" That's from GTA.
That's not even a real fucking city.
Well, one time I thought Andres. One time.
That's Grand Theft Auto.
One time.
What was it called again? Oh yeah, San Andreas.
One time I thought Andres lived in L.A. for some reason. Andres,
No,
the
like
fuck
it
do you
did-
live?
like-
San Diego is not completely unknown. Okay, we have freaking Comic-Con.
So, Bill, how's life in Liberty City? God damn it, David.
They're named after the saber-toothed tiger from Ice Age.
Hey,
What?
hey,
Oh, that's right.
What does
hey, Bill, what's it like living in Metropolis?
Oh, it's, it gets pretty fucking damaged on a daily basis because, Superman and all.
what does San Diego stand for? Or what does it mean?
Saint,
What does
in-
it stand for?
in-
Truth, justice.
No, what does it mean in your native tongue?
Saint Diego?
Saint Diego.
Yeah.
That is
What does Diego mean in Spanish?
It's a name.
is a
It's a name
name.
just like Bill.
As I said,
Andres, what's the, because I know most Spanish names have, like, an English equivalent. What's the English equivalent of Diego?
Let's see, is there one?
Go.
Saint Doug.
Well, is that it? That would make sense.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with Doug.
Like, isn't, for instance,
Carlos is like Charles, I think.
yeah, that's a
And
good
I think
example.
Andres is Andrew.
Right.
Oh, I thought it was Andrea. Okay.
Andrea's the
Oh, Andrea, I think
female
Andrea
version.
Andrea is a Spanish name, if I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
mistaken.
the female version, just like
Like Andrea Romano
Oh.
from the DC Universe cast. I mean Romano.
Oh, I see.
Bill's
So in other words,
the equivalent of Waka Waka.
you are
Guillermo is the Spanish equivalent of William.
the male version of Andrea Beaumont from Mask of the Phantasm.
Well, that's Italian. So that also makes sense. Because everybody knows they're the same thing, right, guys? Right?
Yeah, Italian and Spanish, so similar.
Fantastico.
I can't tell them foreigners apart.
Andres.
All them brown skins are the same to me.
Andres,
only-
every time you say
there's
fantastic,
only
you have to say it with a British accent.
Fantastic.
There's only two nationalities to me: American and not American.
an un-American.
Wait, I just out of curiosity. Okay.
What are you?
American?
Sure.
Oh, I'm American, see? No, you're not. I just
No,
immigrated.
you ain't. You one of them shifty-eyed foreigners.
I just immigrated from my home country. Don't you use them big words around me.
Anything that starts with nah ain't American.
We don't take kindly to your tap around here.
We don't take too kindly to folks who don't take kindly around here.
We don't take kindly to folks who don't take kindly to folks who don't take kindly to folks around here. Wait a minute.
Well, listen here, buddy. I'm not your guy, friend.
Hey, guy, I ain't your guy, pal.
I'm not your pal, buddy.
I ain't your buddy, guy.
I'm not your guy, friend.
I ain't your friend, person.
Hey guys! What? Fuck you!
Way to bring it back,
Well,
Bill. Way
haven't
to bring
heard
it back to the land of the same.
I've never heard a better argument than that.
Guys, fuck.
So Bill, how do you complex end an argument? Okay, well, let's say you guys are arguing. I would basically just go, hey guys, go fuck yourself!
Bill, why have you not used this tactic in more impressive debates? Why don't you go solve the problem in the Middle East right now? Just go over there.
you guys.
Just go over there. Call a meeting between Israel and Palestine, and be like, "You guys, fuck you."
Fuck you!
Like, I
He's right.
do not believe that this is the best way to solve the
That is
conflict.
not
Hey,
at least accent.
hey. Well,
Bill does that. Bill does that, and the Israelis and the Palestinians look at each other, and he's like, "He is right. We should have peace. Let us band together and have Van Halen concerts."
And go fuck ourselves. Cue David's orgasm noises.
Ooh.
Ah!
Hi.
That was more like a surfer dude. Oh!
Right.
Whoa!
Oh.
Tubular.
Keanu Reeves.
Tubular? Did not just say
yeah.
tubular?
Tubular. Cowabunga Man!
Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Turtles gouging it off.
1, 2, 3, 4 turtles.
I don't. They had like things they would say after each number. I remember fuck all of it.
Wanted by the code of the martial arts. 2. Wait, what was it?
3.
Never fight unless someone else starts. Always stick together no matter what. It's so sad that I remember this. But you see, then they changed it to their actual names.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb. That show starts off really strong, and then later on you get Battle in the Nexus.
Then you get Flash Forward.
Where they're in the
Flash.
future.
Flash Forward.
Flash Forward.
Flash Forward makes
I remember watching one episode of that and feeling betrayed. I just felt betrayed.
Flash Forward makes Spider-Man Unlimited look smart.
Oh God, Spider-Man Unlimited. Hey, guy who created Spider-Man Unlimited, not the comic, the series, because the comic's awesome. Fuck you.
There's a comic.
Yeah. It's nothing like the show. It's just called Spider-Man Unlimited.
This is thing that exists.
Yeah, almost all of the Spider-Man titles are based on comic books.
So wait. So how what's the difference? Like, is Spider-Man Unlimited just like set in an alternate universe and it doesn't have any of that
No,
shit?
it's just another name. It's just because Spider-Man's really fucking popular.
Right.
So they just give him different names.
I see.
Spectacular
It's the same
Spider-Man.
thing as It's the same thing as like fucking
Oh, okay.
Batman
So
Eternal. It's
just like another. I thought you meant there was like a comic book series of Spider-Man Unlimited that was kind of like I don't know, like Batman Beyond or some shit.
No, well, no, that's because that's Spider-Man 2099.
Oh, yeah, we have Spider-Man 2099, but Spider-Man 2099 is like in the far, far future. Spider-Man Unlimited was more of like a alternate reality sort of deal, I think.
Right.
Sort of, kind of.
I don't know if they had. Well, 2099 is also technically its own universe.
I do love the Unlimited costume though.
Really? Ugh.
It's kind of bad.
Why does Spider-Man have to have a cape?
Well, I don't like
Spider-Man 2099 also has a cape.
I don't like.
No, he doesn't.
Actually,
Yeah, he does.
I don't
He
like.
does not.
He has a web cape.
Shut
He
up.
does not. He has the same thing as the classic Spider-Man. He's got things in between his arms. That's not a cape.
No, I'll let Dylan talk while I look for an image.
It's like the flying
I
squirrel.
read through the entire series, Bill.
He does not have a cape.
Listen. The cape.
I played as him in Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
I know, but he doesn't have a cape in that video game, but in the comics he had the cape.
Oh, okay, that's why then. I've never read the comics.
This is why you fail.
This has devolved into chaos. Anyway, yeah, the cape is the one aspect of the suit that I don't like, but I like the design of it. It like without the cape, just like the design itself, like the spider and like all that shit. Like I unlocked that costume on.
Oh, that is a cape.
I unlocked the costume on the PS1 Spider-Man game. Anybody remember that?
I played that one.
I need to stop making an ass of myself.
Yeah, you should just stop arguing.
Just stop talking, Bill.
No, fuck you.
Every time you do this,
Stop
shit
saying
goes south.
words.
Stop having opinions.
I just always turn out to be wrong.
Doesn't work for you.
Oh, I'm sad now. I'll do what I always do, though. I'll blame all my problems on David. David, go fuck yourself.
See, he doesn't blame them on me.
Even David's have feelings too, Bill.
Bill
Yeah,
doesn't blame.
it's usually anger, because that's all you ever express.
Bill doesn't blame his problems on me and Andres because he knows he'll be meeting us.
Yeah, exactly. David, I have no fear of.
I've already dropped subtle hints that I might shank him anyway, so he's...
I'm already afraid of Dylan because I don't know what he looks like, so...
For all we know, he's actually a gothopotamus. Or an emo font.
And that... And,
I'm kind of terrified to know what Dylan's going to look like because I have an image of what he may look like. As a matter of fact, I had a dream the other night that Dylan was a woman.
What the fuck?
Dylan,
What's wrong with you?
that is not even nearly a woman's name.
I don't know, but for some reason,
I mean, I've seen women named Charlie. I've seen dudes named I've seen dudes named Ashley. I have yet to see a woman named Dylan.
Maybe you were Dolores.
Maybe I'll.
This woman had your voice, so I just assumed
Oh man.
Dylan's a woman.
Oh, man.
Ouch, Bill.
Oh, wait, what?
Thanks for rupturing my eardrums.
Your reaction to Dave's insanity.
Is mouth farting.
His complete and utter insanity.
Also, I think
that was the moment, boys. That was the moment of the night.
He lost it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
I'm done. I'm done.
Why'd you put her in charge?
I'm done.
Oh, God. Andres, is there anything else about fucking whatever the fuck we were talking about?
Yeah, well, what was the news story? Because I had to BRB, and when I came back, we were having this conversation.
Yeah, it was just that the director was providing details on the plot for Jurassic World, saying that Chris Pratt's character.
Oh yeah, I read something about that. That whole thing about the dinosaurs are loose in the real world. That's bullshit.
Yeah, why is it even called Jurassic World?
Because it's like the difference between Disneyland and Disney World, I think.
That's stupid.
And that there is one brand new dinosaur created through by the park's geneticists.
Oh, the D-Rex. This I saw.
Yeah, the D-Rex.
It's like a Diabeetus
stupid.
Rex or something. What do they call it?
There's actually a picture of the D-Rex.
I saw concept art.
Oh, okay.
Unless it was just like an image to put up there for like troll bait. I don't know.
Troll bait.
I googled image D-Rex and all I find is like a little children's remote controlled T-Rex toy.
D-Rex because it's a D quality toy.
And there was one interesting thing where, at this point, because it takes place 22 years after the original movie, the public has already gotten used to the existence of dinosaurs to the point where they're not really as fascinated by them.
Now, where they're just a myth.
Whereas, like, oh yeah, dinosaur, cool, whatever. And
whatever.
They kind of like.
Whatever. Eyes like I saw the dinosaur. Did you see the dinosaur?
Yellows. I'm gonna take a picture with me. I'm gonna put it on Snapchat. Yellow #yellow swag.
Instagram that. Oh my god! Did you see the Stegosaurus? It was like, oh my god.
And that's what they're like. The movie's trying to focus on. Trying to focus on how this generation there's like a huge gap between like reality and technology. How they're like in terms of like their focus.
So they're gonna
either be awesome or really stupid.
So they're gonna do like some sort of like social commentary where like this isn't necessarily gonna be a scene in the movie, but like let's say a velociraptor fucking almost gets out of its cage and eats some kid, and all she's doing is like videoing it,
yeah,
and like putting it on Facebook and shit.
I think the director did describe a scene almost like that, where it's like this kid, his back is against a fence on his phone, and behind him there's like a T-Rex. And instead of like paying attention to that amazing creature, he's just like whatever and just texting or whatever or on his phone.
It makes sense if somebody's like video recording the whole thing and looking at the dinosaurs through a video camera as opposed to looking at them like in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Though that would be a good scene if it's like a bunch of kids are texting instead of looking at the dinosaurs.
Let's see, did the picture you saw of the D-Rex, did it have like little horns over his eyes?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now.
Is that actual concept art, or am I crazy? Or am I wrong again? If I'm wrong again, I'm done.
I don't know, but I'm going to default to you're wrong.
I refuse to accept this until there is proof. I will enforce my lies until I am actually proven wrong.
You're wrong, like a Welshman. A Welshman.
Let's see. Okay, so
what's next, Andres?
All right, that's what I'm trying to do right now.
I'm really down on Welshmen right now for some reason.
But that reminds me, that one DFOS episode, there's nothing more entertaining than seeing two of the whitest kids I know just bashing Rwanda, an African.
Was that number 20?
That was the last episode.
26?
Yeah. No, it was the one before that, I'm sorry.
Fuck Rwanda.
Fucking Rwanda, man.
Fuck Rwanda.
Rwanda can blow me.
Rwanda's a little bitch. Bitch-ass bitch.
Fucking Rwanda, man.
Fucking bitch. Fucking Rwanda.
Rwanda needs to grow up.
Rwanda can go fuck itself. That's what Rwanda can do.
You know what Rwanda's place is? Between my legs. That's where it belongs.
Aw, damn.
Aw, shit.
Son. Okay, so the other news I had was that, of course, there was like that huge. This was like a pretty big news that happened, I think, like a week or two ago, where Edgar Wright walked away from the Ant-Man project despite being on said project for like the last, I don't know, like 6 years or something.
Yes, like almost 10 years. Like I remember Kevin Smith telling a story that he read a draft of it in 2006.
It's crazy how he's been in like. I don't think I've known any, like, I've seen any situation where, like, a director has been connected with a movie for this long and the movie still hadn't been made yet, and to have this person suddenly leave, just, like, seemingly out of nowhere from our perspective.
Especially if it's not a creator-owned property. Like James Cameron with Avatar, that was 15 years.
Yeah.
But that was something created. This is different. Like, this is somebody else's, this is a Marvel property where this guy stuck around for years.
Yeah, and I think apparently there was this whole deal where I think it was Marvel. Yeah, Marvel Studios wanted Edgar Wright to have Ant-Man more connected to the cinematic universe than it was, and looking at this objectively, this could mean that they wanted something along the lines of Iron Man 2 per se, where it's like nothing but like connections to the Avengers.
Perhaps Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe,
yeah, and afterwards, there was another director who was picked to be his Edgar Wright's replacement, Rawson Thurber, who was the director of the last year's R-rated comedy We're the Millers, and
perfect choice.
Yeah, and let's see, I think Adam McKay was another person who was looked for, who was like kind of like for Ant-Man, and Adam McKay was known for the Anchorman movies, along with the other guys with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. And
I enjoyed that movie.
And both comedy directors also said no to Ant-Man.
Don't they have somebody signed on now though? I thought this was just news today.
Let's see. The last name that's mentioned here is Ruben Fleischer, who was the director of Zombieland, 30 Minutes or Less, and Gangster Squad.
It's very clear, though, the tone they want to take is a more comedic one, something more along the lines of the first Iron Man.
Yeah,
that's the reason why I'm starting to lose faith in Marvel films, because my fear is starting to become a reality where the Marvel movies are just gonna become comedies, and that's what people will see them as.
The thing with, you would be right to say that after Iron Man 3 and Thor 2. However, I think Captain America 2 strikes the perfect balance.
I think so. I agree.
Yeah.
I think if they just go a little, I understand that Avengers was very popular partially because of the great humor of Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon. And they wanted to sort of capitalize on that in next films. But the problem is that doesn't work for every fucking movie you make.
Yeah, it's true.
I think Captain America 2 realized that, and Captain America 2 took it back to be even more serious than the first Captain America movie. Actually, it's probably... Would you say it's the most serious Marvel movie we've had so far? Like,
I would definitely. I think it's the most poignant.
Probably since the first Iron Man.
It's the Doc.
Yeah, which is weird because I just compared that to it for its comedy. But I think Iron Man is the most perfect of the balance. That and Captain America: Winter Soldier are the two of the best balancing acts. Since Avengers leans more towards sci-fi, I think that's the best direction to go with Guardians of the Galaxy, though, because of what they're doing with it. I mean, it's a tree guy, a talking raccoon.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind if Guardians was a full-on comedy, because that's basically what it is.
Right.
There's a bunch of
based on the trailer. But then again, after my experience with the Godzilla 2014 trailer, you might get into Guardians of the Galaxy and it'd be like fucking like dark and shit.
Yeah, but that's not.
Darkness.
That's definitely not going to be as extreme.
I don't trust trailers anymore, man.
No.
I have a feeling, though, that original teaser trailer is not going to be in the movie. That scene of them giving all their stats. I doubt that's going to be in the movie.
Are you sure? Because it seems like a perfect bit of exposition to me.
It almost seems too good, though. Like, it almost seems just like, it just seems like a sequence designed for a trailer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time it's been done.
Yeah, that could be, yeah. Or, like, maybe that scene is, like, much more extended, and they just, like, pick and choose for the trailer, maybe? Maybe it happened, but not that way. Like, maybe it's like a Amazing Spider-Man 2 situation where the conversation between Harry and Norman Osborn was completely different.
Yeah.
But still sort of set up the same way.
Peter's narration. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, Ant-Man loses a bunch of loses its initial director, and a couple other directors said no. So who knows what's going to happen to this movie, or even if it's going to make it for its original release date.
Probably not.
The only thing we can take from all this madness is that sometimes there's a man.
Sometimes there's a man.
Are they still talking about doing a Doctor Strange movie?
Yeah, he just got a director.
The more I think about it, the more awesome a Doctor Strange movie can be. Throwing a little Dormammu and shit.
Benedict Cumberbatch or Tom Hardy are being sought after for Doctor Strange.
Can we just cast Benedict Cumberbatch as every character ever?
I think Benedict Cumberbatch would make a better voice of fucking Dormammu than he would Doctor Strange, though. Don't you think?
Well, they're definitely going to do Mordo in the Doctor Strange movie.
It's possible that Benedict Cumberbatch could become like the next Hugo Weaving, where he's like the badass who's played like numerous high concept films.
You see, I rate everything on a scale of 1 to Christopher Lee, and I've always seen Benedict Cumberbatch as like a young Christopher Lee. Like seriously, I feel like when he gets older,
he looks like him too.
When he gets older, that's if they ever remake Hammer Dracula, he's the guy.
Or no, they just fucking he's gonna be playing with metal bands when he's like 93.
Dude, I found out because I watched that Unlocking Sherlock documentary. I found out that Christopher Lee once played Mycroft in a movie.
And that Tom Baker played Sherlock Holmes a bunch of times.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? But yeah, it's weird because I feel like Hugo Weaving is like in between the two. Like I feel like Benedict Cumberbatch is young Christopher Lee, and Hugo Weaving is middle-aged Christopher Lee.
Did Christopher Lee play Mycroft in the Peter Cushing Sherlock Holmes movies? Because that would have been perfect and would have made sense.
He was in this movie called The Private Life of Sherlock Holmes.
That movie is awesome.
I've
seen it. It's so good.
He's Mycroft.
That movie is awesome.
Of course it is.
I never finished it though. That's why. From what I've seen, it was awesome. It might turn into bullshit later on.
Of course it was. It's got Christopher Lee. Anyway.
I didn't get to his part though. That's why I didn't know he was in it.
Christopher Lee is one of the few things that makes Attack of the Clones bearable.
It's true.
Even though he uses his stupid ass Count Dooku name instead of fucking Darth Tyrannus.
Yeah. Yep. Doesn't he play? Doesn't that Corey Burton dude play Count Dooku in the Clone Wars?
Oh yeah, that reminded me. Yeah, I'm surprised you guys.
You don't remember All Hail Corey Burton? He does like the Deuce. He does the voice of Dooku in like every.
He does the dude, man. He plays the dude.
I'm surprised you guys being Transformers fans. I'm surprised you guys didn't know of Corey Burton, considering he's like the definitive voice for Shockwave.
Well, you know,
I didn't know Shockwave had a definitive voice.
It makes sense though. Shockwave, Brainiac, very similar characters.
And also, even in like Transformers Animated, Corey Burton came back to do the role, but he was asked to do the role for Shockwave in Dark of the Moon, and he said no.
Yep, standards, motherfuckers.
You know,
because he gets killed off in 2 seconds,
and he barely talks.
You know, if they ever remade it, and that's a terrible idea, they should never remake this movie. Nobody touch this movie, or I will come find you and fucking kill you. But if they ever made a remake of 2001, he could do a mean HAL 9000.
Ha! It's true.
He was basically HAL 9000 in the pilot to Superman the Animated Series.
He's basically HAL 9000 in all of DC Animated Universe.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Jarrell.
Basically, isn't that and he has like a similar logo with the 3 circles.
Hal only has 1 circle.
So he's HAL times 3.
But I'm saying he has that logo.
He has the logo of the Guardians of the Galaxy, apparently. Those dudes work for Brainiac. Who knew?
Oh my god, that's right.
John C. Reilly is Brainiac. In a movie that has nothing to do with Brainiac.
I can't believe John C. Reilly's in that movie. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just saying I'm shocked.
Well, that's the times we're living in, Bill.
What's that crime movie that came out like a year or two ago where the people are dressed like nuns?
The
Town?
Were those supposed to be nun masks because they look more like Emperor Palpatine?
Yeah, they are supposed to be nuns.
You know who directed that movie?
Batman.
Batman.
Batman? Which Batman?
Batfleck.
Batfleck?
Batfleck.
That Batman?
That Batman.
That Batman?
That man?
Batman.
Did it have John Goodman in it? No.
That was Argo.
Yeah, I know.
Just pointing it out.
He should be in the next.
Not as good.
They should put him in the next Batfleck movie and have him be the fucking Penguin.
No, John Goodman is fucking Commissioner Gordon.
He's too fat to be Commissioner Gordon.
That didn't stop that other.
And Ben Affleck is too Ben Affleck to be Batman. That didn't stop Zack Snyder from that.
Have you ever seen a fat Commissioner Gordon?
Yeah, in the fucking 90s movies.
Yeah, the Burton Schumacher movies.
Well, yeah. Oh, he was old fat. He's not like John Goodman. Like I have diabetes fat.
Getting pretty old.
He looks like.
Batman, we need your help.
If we're gonna do that, why have John Goodman?
Batman, don't touch my fucking
If we're
food.
gonna do that, why even cast John Goodman?
You need to help me control my wife, Roseanne.
Why not get frickin' Wilford Brimley? Why not? He's got the look. He's got the white mustache. He looks like an elderly walrus.
Is he dead?
Is Wilford Brimley dead?
He's still alive.
Oh, is he still alive? All right.
He has not yet been claimed by the
Diabetes. Batman, I need your help to fight diabetes.
Diabetes.
Batman, there's a new villain on the scene. Who is it?
Diabetes. Diabetes.
Turns out you tricked Batman into being in a fucking diabetes commercial. It's like that scene
Andres,
with that fucking who's just like, I found the cure, diabetes.
Andres, he's fighting.
I can't wait for the day when I get the cure that to play that scene. Fucking cocktease.
He's fighting Consuela's son, Diabeto.
Yeah.
No,
he's trying to roll all over him.
No, Senor Batman, no. I stay.
Need your help. Who's attacking Commissioner Gordon? Diabetes. You just want me to run to the store and get your insulin again? Diabetes.
Well, he's like a Pokemon now.
Chief O'Hara, what's wrong with Commissioner Gordon?
Wilford Brimley.
No, you see, he looks like the Lorax, so he's like, I'm the Lorax, I speak for diabetes.
Ah.
I just imagine that's all Wilford Brimley does these days is walk around diabetes.
Turn down that loud noise, I have diabetes.
Him and Harrison Ford.
Hey, I need you to give me anal. Why? I have diabetes.
Him and Harrison Ford have a conversation. Diabetes, sir. Get off my plane.
Get off the plane.
Can't, I have diabetes.
Diabetes.
See, sometimes there's a man.
Sometimes there's a man.
Sometimes there's a man.
Does anybody else think that Wilford Brimley looks like a walrus?
Yes.
Many old actors look like a walrus.
Fuck John Lennon. He is the walrus.
I agree.
I see him and I'm like, is that Maguma?
Yes, he's doing the mocap for Maguma in Godzilla 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Awesome. Because that's the kaiju everybody wants.
Yeah, fuck King Ghidorah. Fuck Mothra. There is only Maguma.
And his roar is diabetes.
Diabeetus.
Listen here, Godzilla. Yeah, I know you're getting a little husky, and
And then
due to all that radiation you've been eating.
Fat shames Godzilla.
The thing is, you're suffering from type 9000 diabetes. But don't worry, I'm here to...
So in other words, your diabetes is over 9,000.
Diabetes. Holy shit.
Tell me you're watching that video.
You guys, there's a cat who looks just like Wilford Brimley. And it says, I has diabetes.
That's hilarious.
Do that.
What?
I can't take it anymore.
I want them to somehow combine this cat with
He does look like a walrus!
He looks just like Wilford Brimley. That cat's fucking fatter than Garfield. This cat should have played Garfield. Hey Garfield, you want some lasagna? Diabetes. I can't have diabetes.
He looks like Consuela is who he looks like.
Consuelo.
I want somehow to combine the Wilford Brimley cat with the fat, heavy breathing cat.
Oh my god.
No, you do the fat, heavy breathing cat is looking at a cheeseburger, and you're like, no, you'll turn into this cat.
Years later, diabetes.
Hello, I'm Wilford Brimley Cat, and I'm here to warn you about the dangers of diabetes.
Oh.
By the way, I can talk. Yeah.
Oh, Andres, do you have any more stories?
Let's see. Anything else?
Somebody photoshopped his head onto Morpheus from Matrix. It's like, what if I told you diabetes?
You can either have diabetes or diabetes.
What if I told you
diabetes or diabetes?
You can either have type A or type B.
What if I told you diabetes?
Are you saying? Ah.
Whoa.
Otter's like, whoa.
Whoa.
I'm dying? No, you're not dying. You have diabetes. Which is the same thing, but different.
You never put you never put a bear in a cage. You put cage in a
bear.
Because sometimes as a hero, but not really a hero, a man.
You see,
and sometimes there's a man.
Sometimes there's diabetes.
And other times you have diabetes. Oh. And then Wilford Brimley builds his own little spaceship to try and escape from diabetes.
Little he knew, there's a little bit of diabetes in all of us.
If diabetes keeps killing people, why does it also keep protecting us? Because there's a little bit of diabetes inside of
and then you cut to a shot of the fucking obese destroying Tokyo.
Yes!
Oh, like fat all over.
Diabetes.
Diabetes. Diabetes. Beatus. Beatus. Beatus.
What is this, like a remix? Beatus everywhere.
I thought it's like a Michael Jackson song. Beat us.
But being sung by Wilford Brimley.
Beat us. Diabetes.
Oh, I thought they did make that song. It was called Eat It.
No, see, Diabetes is a parody of Eat It that has the exact opposite message as Eat It. Stop eating it right this instant.
Shut the fuck up and diabetes.
Stay calm and diabetes.
Someone needs to Photoshop that into a t-shirt.
Yes.
Jose, do your duty.
Garcia, your marching orders have been given.
We want keep calm and diabetes. Instead of the crown at the top, it's a black and white picture of Wilford Brimley. Keep calm and diabetes.
Keep calm and diabetes.
If you take Diabeetus, it's just keep calm and die. Abetus.
Hey, is that an elephant drinking a beer? Nope, diabetes.
Wait, did you really just bring back a Chuck Testa joke?
I sure as hell did bring back a Chuck Testa joke. And you can't take it back, Andres. It's already been let out there.
Wait, a Testa joke? Is this a joke about Chuck Heston's testicles? What?
Testa, is this one of your Earth jokes?
Oh, you thought that? Oh, look, it's Godzilla fighting Muto in Honolulu. Nope, Chuck Testa.
Charlton Testanu.
Oh, Andres, any more stories?
Just a couple. Just gonna rapid fire them. Batman Arkham Knight delayed until 2015. Sucks.
What?
Yeah, Arkham Knight delayed 2015.
Are you kidding me?
That got Bill's attention?
Yeah. It was originally supposed to come out on October of 2014, but it's been delayed.
Holy shit, that is wait, is it being pushed back to like February 2015?
It's not being stated yet.
Alright,
so far.
I freaked out for a minute, but that's actually not as big of a deal as I thought.
Have they given a reason why they delayed it?
No reasons so far. Let's see.
Because diabetes.
Life is like a box of chocolates. It sucks if you have diabetes.
That's taking part of it. You get diabetes.
That's who the Arkham Knight is. It's Wilford Brimley.
Batman, you have diabetes.
Oh shit, apparently there's an anime character that looks just like Wilford Brimley. I don't know what it's from.
Oh, it's from diabetes.
Diabetes. Wilford Brimley should play Santa Claus. And it's like, let me tell you a story about diabetes.
Little boy, what would you like for Christmas? I don't know. I'd like a... Well, if you keep eating like that, I know what you're going to get. Diabetes.
Will I get a magical flying pony? No.
Nope. Diabetes.
Will I get the PlayStation Jesus? No.
Nope. Diabetes.
20 years later, no, not 20. 15 years later, Bill became the man he is today.
What?
What?
I'm saying that boy who...
20 years later, today.
I said 15.
Oh.
And then I was saying that the boy who Wilford Brimley said he would get diabetes, he grew up to become Bill.
Is that a fat joke, Andres?
Gee, it took you that
yes,
long. Good for you, Bill.
Bill.
Andres saying the word diabetes.
Hey,
It's the most white.
Andres.
When Wilford Brimley gets diabetes.
Bill.
Andres.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Bill.
What?
He's not beating around the bush. He's saying you are fat. In fact, they call you Fat Bill.
Well, even Bill calls himself Fat Bill to distinguish himself between Fat Bill and younger Skinny Bill.
No, that's not true. It's young Bill. No, it's old Bill and Skinny Bill.
Your new name is Wilford Billy. And you has diabetes.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Sons of Serizawa podcast.
Because you're fat and you got diabetes.
Bill, I think the title of this episode is Diabetes.
So everybody, welcome to another episode of Diabetes.
No, it's Godzilla versus Diabetes.
No diabito.
Oh, Andres, what are the other stories? We're really far in.
Bill, apparently you're very lucky that you didn't wind up seeing a Thousand Ways to Die in the West.
Why? I heard it's really bad.
Apparently it's complete and utter shit.
I heard that too.
Whereas Ted was like all the best parts of Family Guy, this is all the worst.
Yeah, I heard that.
Finally, the 1,000th way to die? Diabetes.
No, the 1,000th way to die? Watching this movie.
It'd be a great spin-off to that show, 1,000 Ways to Die, just saying.
It's funny, it's like...
It kind of seems like a spin-off, like 1,000 Ways to Die. 1,000 Ways to Die in the West. 1,000 Ways to Die of Diabetes.
Diabetes.
It's weird that like there's a commercial on Adult Swim where it's Seth MacFarlane and the female lead I forgot the actress's name, but at the end of the commercial, the actress is like, I don't care if you see it. Nothing's gonna happen. It's not gonna affect my career. It's sure gonna affect Seth MacFarlane. And Seth MacFarlane's like, oh shit, please see my movie.
Oh, it's Charlize Theron?
Yeah, Charlize Theron is like, I don't care if you see it. It's not gonna affect me.
Charlize Theron is in this movie?
Yeah, she plays the main love interest.
Why is Charlize Theron?
Hey man, Neil Patrick Harris is in this movie, so.
You're so
And
much
Liam
better.
Neeson.
You're so much better.
And Liam Neeson.
I don't care about Neil Patrick Harris and Liam Neeson. They're not hot.
Speak for yourself.
Wait, I forgot that Bill has a homosexual attraction to Liam Neeson.
No, I don't have a homo. I'm just fascinated by the size of his skin.
How is that not a homosexual attraction? How is that not, Bill?
You wanna say that again out loud, Bill? Try to see how that sounds.
No, that does need to go. No, that's a hashtag, not gay. Just fascinated by the size of his penis.
That's a long hashtag. Not gay,
It's
just
funny.
fascinating.
You know what's funny is that Bill's too lazy to take this part out.
Why would I take it out? That's fucking hysterical.
Bill, you know how we've always had this conversation about how you can't do something overtly gay and then shout no homo. You essentially just said, I am fascinated by Liam Neeson's penis. No homo.
Nope. Well, how is that any gayer than reading like a muscle magazine and watching dudes like covered in oil and shit?
I don't do those things, Bill.
That's a must do.
Because, Bill, it's like a... Bill, it's like
What?
you notice... Hey! That's my line!
No, mine's what? And yours is hey.
What? No, that's the opposite. I'm the one who says, what?
Yeah, like Adam would go, David, what?
This is the episode that Bill learns that he's actually secretly gay. This diabetes-infested episode.
And then I die of diabetes.
Diabetes.
Next thing you know, like all the Republicans are going to say, the homosexuality is caused by diabetes.
Wilford Brimley, what causes homosexuality?
Diabetes.
Wilford Brimley as Carl Denham. It wasn't the planes. It was diabetes killed the beast.
The obese is dead. It was not the airplanes. It was diabetes. No, seriously, it was.
No, we're pretty sure it was the airplanes. It was diabetes.
No, it was diabetes. Wilford Brimley, there are giant missile holes in him.
Diabetes.
No. It was diabetes.
He might not have died.
It
turns into a commercial. He might not have died if he had ordered my diabetes testing supplies.
Oh, Andres, get the best stories. What are they?
Do you have any non-diabetes related stories?
If it's not related to diabetes, I don't want to hear it.
It's just 2 Metal Gear stories.
But I don't care.
Do they involve diabetes?
No.
Do they reveal that Solid Snake did not die of the quickening old age? It was actually diabetes.
Well, a project concerning Solid Snake certainly died.
What?
This news story has a severe lack of diabetes. 3 out of 10 would not bang.
So apparently,
Hey man, I'm not gay. I'm just fascinated by the fact that it has no diabetes.
That one makes significantly less sense.
Fuck you, Dylan.
I'm fascinated by the fact that it has diabetes. Does that mean that you now have a homosexual attraction to Wilford Brimley?
Yes. Yes, it does, Dylan. I'll say it.
you heard it here first, folks.
Thus is the diabetic adventures of Wilford Billy.
Ew. Andres, what's the next fucking story?
Okay, so there was a fan project made that was essentially a remake of the original Metal Gear that was released on the NES and the MSX, and it would even got an okay or like a blessing from Konami themselves. And like about a week after it was announced that there would be this fan-made remake to the original Metal Gear, the game just got up and canceled. The project was canceled and no reason was given.
That sucks. I deserve
You know why I think it got canceled?
Because there wasn't any diabetes.
Are you going to say diabetes? Jesus Christ, Bill.
No, I was going to say that it might have been because since it was a fan project, they might have had more important things going on in their lives, you selfish fucks.
No, you weren't.
Diabetes.
You're making this up, Bill. You were going to make a diabetes reference. You know deep down in...
You don't know me, Dylan! You don't know me!
You know...
You don't know my streets!
Your streets?
Yes. What street? Sesame Street?
Still a street, man. Hey, man, you know where my car is parked right now?
I've seen your streets. I watched your movie.
I've seen you parading up and down in a Batman suit.
You know the biggest problem with your movie, Bill?
What?
Severe lack of diabetes.
Really, Dylan? Really? What if that's a werewolf in my cut?
Really, Dylan? Haven't you seen the star of that film?
Fuck you! You know what, Andres? I have legit keep that.
Oh, you're right. I forgot the movie stars Wilford Billy.
I think we broke Andres.
I think I became the Adam of this episode.
We can't do it, man. We can't take any more of this diabetes.
I'm giving a no diabetes rule on the rest of this episode. The next 5 minutes of this episode, no more diabetes.
You can't deny me my diabetes.
There is no diabetes, Dylan. It was all a legend.
There's no truth in this diabetes.
It was in your head because diabetes was inside of you.
It was inside of you the whole time. You just gotta believe.
Mr. Brimley, I'm happy to inform you don't have diabetes. Oh, thank God. But you do have cancer.
Oh my God.
There's no debilitating condition like diabetes. There's no debilitating condition like diabetes.
I'm Wilford Brimley. I suffer from cancer.
No, you don't have cancer. I'm just kidding. You do have Godzilla AIDS, though.
You're just kidding. What a shitty doctor. You have cancer. Psych.
I've been watching a lot of House. He tends to do that sort of thing. Hey, you're dying. JK, you have lupus.
I'm sorry, but your wife, the operation was a failure. She will be a vegetable for the rest of her day, for the rest of her days.
Wait, Doc.
What?
Wait, Doc, what did you say I have? You have lupus. I have rabbits. That's lepus.
Fucking dumbass.
You're turning into a werewolf. Werewolf with diabetes.
At least I don't have diabetes. What is lupus anyway? You're slowly transforming into Lupin the Third. Really? No. What are you, stupid or something?
Oh. Andres, next story.
Thanks for the love of God.
Sony Studios is currently in talks with director Jordan Vogt Roberts to helm a certain video game movie that is Metal Gear.
Solid. Don't forget the solid, Andres.
Right. A Metal Gear Solid movie.
They're actually
may finally have its director.
They're actually adapting it into Metal Gear Liquid.
No, I heard more about the spin-off Metal Gear Gas.
Yes, of course.
That's more about Solid Snake's older days when he's sitting in the nursing home.
Now, Metal Gear Noble Gas was surprisingly deep and intellectual.
Of course, there was there events.
Everybody forgets the fucking Metal Gear Plasma movie.
Damn it! You stole my joke.
Of course they do.
Fuck you, Andres. That's for the fat jokes, you piece of shit.
It's gonna take more than that to make me angry, Bill.
Now,
don't make us pull out the Latino slur that you don't like.
Now, honestly, by the time the series ended, I think they had really jumped the shark. I mean, naming a movie Metal Gear Diabetes just makes no sense.
I mean, it wasn't even like... Wilford Brimley wasn't even in it.
Why would you cast Wilford Brimley as Solid Snake?
They put him in the fucking outfit!
No, wait, I forgot. It wouldn't be Solid Snake. This is Metal Gear Diabetes. It would be Diabetes Snake.
Oh.
He's just trying to, like, crawl on the floor.
He's trying to sneak up on an enemy, and all the enemy hears is, Can you just turn around and knock yourself out? I have diabetes.
It's like the way a snake looks after it eats a big meal, that's just him all the time.
Oh.
Excuse me, Sniper Wolf. You please not shoot at me. I've got diabetes. Just let me pass.
Can you just give me a minute? I need a minute to collect myself.
Was that Gray Fox? You want me to hit you? I'm sorry.
I think I might have soiled myself.
Looks like we're not so different, you and me, Otacon. We both soiled ourselves. David would get that joke.
Wait a minute, I have to give myself my insulin.
That's the whole reason he befriends Otacon.
instead of fucking taking a break to smoke, he takes a break to give himself insulin shots.
How do you deal?
For some reason, they still lower his health when he uses it.
How do you deal with your condition, Wilford Brimley? Damn it, you think I survived John Carpenter's The Thing to be killed by diabetes?
I ain't going down that easily.
Oh shit, a giant robot, never mind.
I'll take the giant robot. Over diabetes.
Liquid Brimley, I'd suggest you get out of that robot, because I've got diabetes.
Now I really don't want to see naked Brimley.
Really, Bill? Because earlier portions of this conversation would lead me to believe otherwise.
Fuck you, Dylan. Fuck you. Why don't you go fuck Christopher Lee, Dylan? How about that? How about you go fuck him?
I don't have a homosexual attraction to Christopher Lee. He's just a damn good actor.
That's what he wants us to think.
And I believe it, Bill.
Don't buy it, guys. He's lying.
And at the end of the movie, it's just Wilford Brimley and Meryl on that snow ski or whatever it's called. Except he's just taking too much room for her. Sorry, you gotta make room for me. I've got diabetes.
You'll have to excuse my weight. I have diabetes.
I got a newfound respect for Wilford Brimley. It can't be easy living with diabetes.
You know, this is kind of like the Lionitis thing from the end of DFOS.
I know, and it's really bad because
I feel so bad for people with diabetes. Oh my god!
I know. Unlike Lionitis, I have both a family history and a severe risk for diabetes.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I have no sympathy for you, Dylan. No sympathy whatsoever.
Diabetes. I don't want your sympathy. I got diabetes.
I don't want your sympathy. I need your insulin.
The day you invent a cure for diabetes, the day that I'll actually care about whatever pathetic things you have to say. Diabetes.
Damn it. Damn it, diabetes.
Can you give me my insulin? No. Fuck you then.
Damn it.
Yeah,
but I was going to give you the cure for cancer. Nope. Diabetes.
Damn it, diabetes.
And last but not least, get out of my plane.
Damn it, diabetes killed my grandfather. Really? Yeah, he fell while making fun of Wilford Brimley. She said she wanted the D, so I gave her diabetes.
Oh. All right, guys. I think that's all I can stand.
We're obviously not going to talk about news.
No, fuck the news. There is only diabetes.
There's a Metal Gear movie coming, everybody.
Yes.
It's going to happen. It's probably going to suck.
Hopefully it has much less diabetes than this conversation.
Hopefully it offends a less amount of people than this fucking conversation.
And in real talk, hopefully maybe Sony, if this does become a success, and maybe Sony can stop hassling Spider-Man and finally make themselves a new movie franchise.
Yeah, you know, let's see more video game adaptations, good ones.
and less Spider-Man.
And like I said, quit with the 80s cartoons, move on to 90s cartoons. I want a Gargoyles movie, damn it.
Fuck yes!
Mm-hmm.
I, Frankenstein is not good enough.
Wait, what?
That movie has gargoyles in it.
Oh, that's right. Turns out I haven't seen I, Frankenstein.
Neither have I.
It sucks ass. Don't see it.
Did you see it?
For some reason, I went into this movie expecting a Devil May Cry ripoff. But
And what did he really get? Oh,
Instead-
diabetes.
Instead, what he got
Diabetes.
was diabetes.
You get a Frankenstein with diabetes.
Tell me, does Frankenstein lead with the coin?
So Dr. Frankenstein, what exactly killed one of the corpses that I'm a part of? Diabetes.
No, Gorzard is not.
Frankenstein, played by Wilford Brimley.
No, Gorzard is not diabetes. It's diabetes. Diabetes.
Same thing.
No, it's not, Steve.
It's a fucking difference.
Diabetes.
What's the difference?
I'll tell you,
Diabetes are more fatal.
Andres.
Diabetes is more fatal.
Andres, I will tell you what the difference is between diabetes and diabetes. Diabetes sounds like a debilitating condition. Diabetes sounds like a fat Greek guy.
I thought the same thing! That is so fucked up, I had the exact same thought! Ugh! We gotta end on that note. We have to end on that. No more diabetes. No, Dylan, stop.
He's the god of gluttony.
Oh, goddammit, Dylan. Enough. Until next time. I'm Bill
Wait,
Webster.
we can't leave yet. Because I promised Adam I would pimp out his shit.
Oh, same here. Oh my God, thank you so much.
Alright, let's do that.
I promised Adam I would pimp out his shit because he's not here. Okay, so there are 5 things that he wants.
Dude, why would you agree to do that? What the fuck is wrong with you?
What was I gonna say, man? No, there are 5 things he wants me to say. 1, expect a new movie from him. It is called Shadows, and apparently it is an experimental horror film that is meant to break all stereotypes. 2, expect more update about his novels. 3, stay tuned for more of his reviews. 4, he says God bless you to the audience. How nice of him. And 5, he encourages everyone to go watch Dune. Reason.
Okay.
Because
I disagree with all that, just to fuck with Dylan's point.
The groundbreaking thing about his new movie, all the characters have diabetes.
Diabetes.
For the first time ever, you have a full cast.
Including the fucking killer! The killer has diabetes too, and that's why he's killing people! He's trying... No, that's actually genius. He's killing people for their insulin.
Yes! Diabetes.
And the killer, played by Adam Noyce.
No, the killer is played by Wilford Brimley.
He's like an undead creature of the night, but instead of sucking blood like vampires do, he sucks the insulin out of their bodies.
Alright. Is there anything else we have to announce? The G-Fest road trip is coming up. If you haven't already, go watch World War G6.
Go join Toho Nation, which recently broke 1,000 members.
Yeah, that was cool. Go join Toho Nation. Be sure to like the Sons of Serizawa Network homepage on Facebook for updates on all things SOS.
Stay tuned for further news and developments regarding the massive Godzilla Odyssey project.
It's an odyssey, you could say.
You could say that.
Diabetes.
How terrible.
What else do we have to say? David, anything you have to say?
No.
All right. I think that puts the nail in the coffin then.
May the diabetes be with you.
Yeah,
And also
indeed.
be with you.
Until next time, I'm Bill Worster.
I'm bored.
I'm Super Team 64, and I do not yet have diabetes.
Yes, being the key word. And I'm undressed.
So, like, isn't it gonna be so fucked up when, like, 20 years from now you're gonna listen back on this? Dying of diabetes.
Dude, I'm gonna own that shit. Diabetes.
So, Mr. McCandless, what exactly do you have again? Diabetes.
I'm gonna grow a big bushy mustache and become a Wilford Brimley impersonator.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's gonna be so sought after.
The spirit of Wilford Brimley lives on.
In diabetes.
He lives on and dies on in diabetes.
He lives and dies on. Live free and die hard.
No, live free and diabetes.
Oh, Jesus.
Andre, sign out.
I'm Andres Perez, aka Kaiju Noir, and by the way, Rocket Punch, mofos! Yes, I did not get the chance to say it at the beginning, but now I did. The world.
And as always, the diabetes is sound.
We are so sorry.
We apologize. I think I need to put a disclaimer on this episode.
Do not watch if you have diabetes.
Where was that when you were talking about Leonidas?
No, I don't care, because diabetes is something I might have in the future. Leonidas is not. Oh.
Yeah, so it actually personally affects him.